Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran, and I'm here with River Brown, Joe Dells, and John Carlos. Drew is at a bachelor's party over the weekend. We are delighted to have Dells here because he's supposed to be at the same bachelor party, but he came back because of a whole dilemma that I don't know if he wants to get into right now, but he could if he wanted to.
What is the dilemma?
Fine. It's honestly stupid, bro.
Because you told me what it was, and I was like, what is he even talking about?
So, my sister got me a booze cruise. You know, you go out and sail and you get like unlimited mimosas and brunch and stuff.
Oh, fire.
She got me a gift for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to reschedule it twice because the first one actually ended up being the day Chelsea and I got engaged. So we were in Florida. The second one, I rescheduled it, gave her a date. We were in Florida again for a different wedding. So I rescheduled it again for this weekend, not knowing it was Max's bachelor party. Shout out to Max. And I texted her. So I didn't want to lie to her and be like, yo, I fucked up.
But you
and
didn't
I don't
want
want
to
to go.
again.
But I texted her. I had a couple options I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just straight up like not gone.
Mm-hmm.
Would she have ever known? I don't know. I could have texted her and just been like, yo, I got called up, da-da-da. I had a few different options. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to let her know. I'm just going to text her and say, can you just try to reschedule it? And that's what she did. And she texted me this morning. She said, I can't. Said you need at least 48-hour notice.
Why you didn't just give it to me?
Because she got it for us.
But you don't want to go.
I didn't want to go because I was at the bachelor party. I do want to go. It'd be fun. But like, also tomorrow it's gonna be pouring rain all day.
Yeah, it's nasty.
So that's not even something I really want to do now because it's gonna be raining all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, that's the dilemma I've been going through. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna come. I'm gonna go if it happens tomorrow. If it doesn't, I might just drive back up.
That was nuts.
Wait, what I said?
You said I'm gonna come.
Oh.
So you're going tomorrow?
If it's still on, it could get canceled.
Oh, it's an outside thing?
It's in a boat.
Oh, fine.
But it's like there's inside, there's outside.
Oh, it's like mimosas on a boat.
Yes.
In New York.
Yes.
I
think it leaves at Jersey City.
Yeah. Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
It should be fun, but
it should be a nice day, like sunny day.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what I texted my sister was the weather's gonna be. I didn't even tell her I was at a bachelor party. I was just like, oh, the weather's gonna be shitty. Are you sure we can't do it?
Mm-hmm.
And she definitely, she's like, yeah, I get it. I wouldn't want to go either. But she said it was tough.
But if it's on a boat, she won't know you didn't go.
She also has the voucher linked to all of her information, like her email, her name. Because I can't even. What's been the worst part of all of this is I can't reschedule it.
Yeah.
She did it under her name, so whenever I text them, they say whoever bought it has to let us know. So she has to do all of this for me on top of it.
They got to send her the email. And shit.
That's why if it was under my name or something,
you could just told her I went. Yeah. It was fire.
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
Do you guys just like getting gifts that are straight money, or you actually like thoughtfulness behind the gift?
Depends on who it is.
Both.
Because in that scenario, you probably would have just rathered money, right?
Yeah. I mean, it would have been a fun thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I think the idea of it was great. It would have been a lot better if it was just in my name, so I could have done all of this.
So my ex-girlfriend, right? I love money. Money is money. So I told her because my birthday was coming. That was one of the years where my birthday was coming up, and she was like, asked me like, "Hey, babe, what do you want for your birthday?" And I was just like, "Dude, just give me some money, man. Like, I don't want you to go out."
I feel like from your significant other, though, I don't want money.
And that was the thing, because I want her, because she's gonna buy me something. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm probably not gonna like that shit. Like, I could just buy something I would like, but I don't know what I want right now. Like, when somebody be like, "What do you want?" You're just like, I know I want something. I just don't know what I want.
I'm that way too, but usually they figure it out.
Yeah,
because
so
I'm sure you'll ask her and she won't tell you.
Yeah, no, because she talks about, oh, my this, she's a female. So
I never know what to get Chelsea.
Yeah, she this was our fucking all day. So she she got me. So it was my birthday. It was me and my grandma were in the house, and then Zari came over, and she literally got me. It was like a creative way to give me money. So it was like this whole it was like a bunch of stickers together, and but it was all stickered with money. So it was one sticker, and $100 attached to it, but it had words in the sticker like, "This is like 10 reasons why I love you."
Yeah. And
then it was like $100 sticker. $100 sticker, and my asshole ass, I'm not reading the sticker. I'm just taking the money. I'm like, oh, nice. So I'm taking the money.
She was open. Oh my God.
She's like, Riv, you're not gonna read what this. I was like, oh, my fault. Like, let me read it. Oh, this is so nice. Yeah. how much is this? Like, yeah. So that was a creative way she did it. Yeah, no, I was a dick, man.
No, I like getting gifts. Obviously when I like the gift, because sometimes it depends who it's from. Like if one of you guys are getting me a gift, I know there's a high chance I'm gonna like it because obviously you know what I like.
It's probably gonna be sports.
And it's probably gonna be sports.
Yeah.
But like for some of my family or people I'm not as close with, you don't know. Like you might get some shit and you're like, what the hell am I gonna use like this?
Nah, exactly.
This like charging
Bro,
fast
got me a
portable
book.
Or some random shit.
And I'm like,
a book?
Yeah, my cousin. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, what book was it?
I didn't even. It was like one of those books that's like motivational books,
Oh,
like one of those Oprah Winfrey or like.
Yeah.
I was just like so it was Christmas. We sitting down, and you know my grandma, she just gets me socks and soap. You know how grandmas are, socks and soap. We're older now, socks, so like a little gift card. So I'm like, okay, thanks, grandma. Auntie gave me like I be on Uber a lot, so she gave me like $100 Uber gift card. So I was like, thank you. This is what I need. Here come my cousin with a fucking wrapped up box. So I'm thinking it's like, all right, this could be something.
Shoes or something?
No, it's like it looked like a book, but at the time I'm being optimistic. I open the wrapper, I look at the book, I'm like, yo, what's this?
You got this shit for me?
I'm like, yo, what's this? She's like, oh, it's a book. I know, like, you know, you've been chasing your dreams, and I want you to just read something that's motivational. And I'm just looking at her like, you see me read like a book? Like you've never seen me open a book up in years. My dad just looking at me like,
relax.
I'm just like, come on, gang. Like this is some bullshit, bro.
What's do you know the last book you read?
Ah, man.
I don't even know, bro.
Because I probably didn't even read it. I probably just because I had to read one from one of my classes.
Oh, true. Yeah,
I probably just ChatGPT the shit out that book.
Yeah.
How far removed are y'all from school shit? You know, like because last time I went to school was I think in 2022, and now I look like sometimes I look at like my little cousin's homework and stuff that they get back from school, and I'm just like, wait, hold up, I need to lock in. Like I need like 5 minutes to like register what's going on,
bro. So like, funny story. This shit fried me one day at work. So we're at work, and my teacher shuts the bathroom. So they're doing like math work. Granted, I was never good at math in school. Like the only class I was really good at was history out of the 4 major subjects, and chemistry. Chemistry I was low key good at too. But
who
like,
was your chemistry teacher?
Oh,
Did you have the
white with glasses?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, she's on the 3rd floor. No, I had no ball, dude. I had the physics teacher. He was an asshole, but I was always late to his class.
Physics teacher.
Yeah. Oh, what's his name?
Teller?
Yes. Yes.
Teller?
He was getting on my fucking nerves all the
Teller?
time. But
Palumbo I had for chemistry.
Oh, fire,
that was his
fire.
name, I think.
I went in. So the teacher went to the bathroom. We in the class, we doing the math work. So the kids was like, "Hey, Mr. River," because I don't let them call me Mr. Brown until I'm like 40 years old. Mr. Brown sounds mad old.
It is.
Yeah. So
Mr. River.
Yeah.
Mr.
Brown. Mr. River, hey, can you help us with this one assignment? So I'm thinking like this is cool little multiplication. So I'm like I could do this. Like, all right, this is like my first year there. So I get on the board. I'm like, all right, let's pull up the problem on the board. I pulled that shit.
It's like
I looked at it, and they're like, I'm like, y'all don't know how to do this shit. Like, I came in 100. I'm like, yo, I don't know how to do this shit. Like, so, the kid's like, what? Aren't you an adult? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like, and I talked to them like that. I'm like, gang, I don't know what the fuck this is.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, like multiple digit, like
it was
like 130 times 246 or something.
It was like
if it was like 9 times.
It was like XY minus 6x
with like variables.
It was them
shit.
shits, and I was never good at those. So I'm like, nah, I gotta wait till she get back. I can't help y'all with that shit, bro. Like, nah. They start laughing. I'm like, I'm dead ass though. Like, I really can't help y'all with this shit. Like, I sat back down. I got on my phone again. They're like, so you really not gonna help? I'm like, nigga, I can't help y'all with this. Like, help me. Like, I don't know
what grade is this?
This was 6th grade, bro.
6th grade,
I'm like, yeah, this shit, yo.
Bro.
Y'all got it hard, bro. Like, oh
it's
my
fact.
God.
There's a lot of that math I would not know how to do.
Bro,
if someone asked me
hard.
to multiply or divide fractions or some shit,
I could do division really well.
You could divide fractions?
Nah.
I would have no fucking idea how
I don't
to
know
do
where
that.
to start.
No.
Why
we divide?
That's why I only
like
when we do the math, I sit down. I always sit in the back. I sit right down. History, I'll get up. English is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Math, y'all got it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not helping you.
There's people in the comments that are like, these are people who give sports takes.
Yeah, I'm not helping y'all with that shit.
What's the worst gift you've gotten?
The worst gift that I ever got? Shoot, yeah, it was Now, I don't want to say it like on camera because somebody like that's important to me got it for me, but I'm just out it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, don't wear it, bro. I got an Echo shirt in 2023. I had to act like I was hyped. I was like, yo, I fuck with this shit, all right. Yo, never wore that shirt. Yo, that same person be like, yo, you never wore the shirt I got you. I was like, nah, you know, like I lost it, whatever. But like, yo, Echo shirt in 2023, that was for my birthday. I was like, yo, are you fucking serious, bro? Like, that was crazy.
What's yours, Joel?
I got some fucking big ass cargo shorts, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about,
shorts.
like them shits was. I put them shits on. That shit was to my fucking ankles. I'm like, why the fuck y'all get me this? They thought like now I definitely weighed more than I weighed then. But back then I'm like, damn, y'all this disrespectful to me. Like, damn, this shit big as hell. Like I can't even wear this shit.
There's gonna be people in the comments that be like, you guys are so ungrateful.
Nah, bro, there's just certain gifts that are just not valid, bro.
You're just ass.
But here's the thing, though. I do get upset when somebody asks me what they should get me, because I'll be like, yo, there's a million different ways for you to bring that up in a conversation and to find out, you know, because you could because sometimes
What's the best way to bring that up?
Sometimes I tiptoe around it, you know, I like, for example, like my little cousin, right? She's really into theater and Broadway and vinyls, right? But I learned that just by normal conversations, like, oh, you're in theater for your school, okay? Like, oh, you like this? She's over here showing me YouTube videos about like composers and stuff. I'm like, damn, like, okay, like you're really into this. So I got her a vinyl from one of her favorite like Broadway people. So that's how I found out. I found out through conversation. Like, for example, like if I was talking to my cousin, I was about to get him a Jalen Brunson jersey yesterday, but he wants a statement edition black jersey, and they don't have those in his size at the store. They only have Mikal Bridges right now, and I ain't finna get him a Mikal Bridges one. Yeah. I love Mikal. That's the jersey I'll get for me, but that's like my third, fourth Knicks jersey. I got a jersey yesterday. It was a Jalen Brunson. I had to get that one first, and I know that that's the one my cousin likes. But we was just watching a game yesterday, or I should say game 2, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, I'm like, would you want to get a jersey? He like, yeah, like, honestly, if I want to get one, I would get that black one. That's my favorite. Okay. That's how I found out. Okay. So I'm saying you find out through conversation. Like, okay, that's what you want. Okay, then, you know, I'll get it for you.
So is it easy for you to get gifts for Jess?
Yeah, because I talk to her a lot and stuff, but sometimes I don't, because I put things off with her. So like until like a week before.
I start writing it down, bro.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Yeah, that's what I need to do. But now I'm an amazing gift giver. Like I'm a great gift giver. Giver. Okay. Wow, tongue twister. Like Drew, I got him that Bo Knicks shirt.
Bo Leave.
I got the Bo Leave shit. I got him the LeBron James Cleveland shirt.
You've got me some fire stuff. The Jets crew neck you got for my birthday.
And now I'm feeling bad. What have I got in you, Riv?
I was thinking about that.
Yes.
I still about you talking. Wait a minute. Where the fuck you getting all this shit?
What the fuck did I get?
Yeah, I'm like, what's up? Like my shit just I didn't get shit. I'll be one. I got everything I
did. Did he come to your birthday last year? The one we had in Newark, was it?
Nah, I put up. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know what y'all.
We were watching Knicks Pistons. I know. I went with Drew.
I think he was gonna come, and then
something
happened with Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he was supposed to come. No, he did not.
Maybe that's why he just weren't at his birthday. Because you gave me mine. I think maybe at my birthday.
Yeah, no.
Was it?
Shit, I owe Riv like 2 gifts, bro. Shit, that's what I just found out. Nah, but I just learned through conversations like what to get people. So. That's why I feel like if you're asking me what you should get me, that's kind of disrespectful. Because there's like 15 to 20 things going on in my head at once that I probably would like, but I just don't know what to choose from. Because at that point, if I'm like, yo, just get me this. Like, I essentially got myself that gift. Yeah. You didn't get it. Like, you bought it, but I put all the thought into it.
But sometimes that's the best. Like, I'm not going to lie. At least my mom, usually for Christmas, my birthday, she's like, just let me know what you want. Yeah. Because I would rather me just tell her what exactly I want and she'll just get it. Because if not, I don't know what she's going to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
How do you guys, when your girlfriend's birthday is, do you guys give the gift start of the day or like during dinner? Like, how do you do it?
I think the last couple of years are at the end of the day. So I went like after dinner or whatever we end up doing.
I'm very simple. I just give it right then and
there. Like once it hits midnight?
Yeah, like honestly, like I don't know how many times like I've hit a gift from Jess and gave it to her later. It probably would have been Christmas. That's it.
It's hard to hide gifts, bro. Chelsea found one of her gifts during last Christmas. when you're in an apartment together, bro, you only got so much room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think, look, I haven't had a girlfriend in a minute, but like, I think I got her one thing. It was like a $15 keychain.
you said a keychain?
$15 keychain.
Wait, she got you hundreds of dollars in stickers, and you got her a $15 keychain, bro?
Bro, I fucking hated her. I fucking hated her, bro. Yeah, now I got this shit I seen on TikTok.
Oh my god.
It's just shit that like you can put it to your phone and it's like your face and shit. So I got her a keychain on my face. So she could put it
okay.
The gift was a keychain of your face. Yo, here.
I was like, but she fell for it. I'm like, babe, this is for you. Like, so you can always have me with you.
She probably thought it. Wait, was it for like a birthday or just?
Did it look more expensive than it was? Because that's kind of like a. That's kind of like a charm.
I got it. First thing she gets dick. It's her birthday. First thing she's getting dick. And then I we was going to the car and I was just like, hey, I got something for you. And I just pulled it out. I was like, so you always have me with you, even when I'm not with you. I'm with you. That shit was a bar. Like, sweet. That's
a sweet gift for sure.
So she was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. What else?
That's all you got her though.
And I was just like, oh, that's all I got. I got dinner for tonight. That was really it. And I got us a hotel.
Oh, wow,
just to fuck.
I mean, dinner, hotel, cute little gift. Maybe some flowers, maybe? No flowers?
Nah,
That's not that bad.
If you would have got flowers in the car, I think you'd
I would genuinely, and I say this all the time, I was a terrible boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, awful.
Yeah.
I was a dog
terrible
shit. Like,
boyfriend.
the only thing I was good at was sex. That's it. Like,
you're gonna be better in the future. So
100%. I fucking God. Unless I hate you, then no, probably not.
Well, maybe you shouldn't make a girlfriend someone you hate. You know?
Well, it didn't happen like.
It happens during the relationship.
Dead ass. I was telling Dells, and Dells, I was telling him, mom, shit like, I hate this girl. I can't stand her, bro. Like, bro.
So when it comes to that point where you're just like, I don't like this person, what is the breaking point to then breaking up with that person?
Because I was with him. So it was me. So Chelsea and her, they were mad close. They were close friends. Not close friends, but they were close enough to hang out. So it was when we was at the old place. I was living there. He was living there. So we went to the pool. So him and Chelsea went. Me and her went. I think my friend CJ was there.
Yeah.
And was Drew there?
I think Drew was there.
Drew was there, and then I'm assuming then Allie was there, right? So we're at the pool. Vibes are off. Vibes are super off. I think she's getting drunk. I'm annoyed. Because when she gets drunk, she acts a fucking fool. So she's tight. She's giving me attitude. Everybody can see it. The vibes are just off. Not with everybody. Fuck with my niggas. Vibe ain't off with us. It's me and her. So we go downstairs. She's drunk, but she's supposed to be going to a pain sip. So I'm like, hey, you just drunk. You gonna go drink more at a pain sip? This is before I started drinking at an insane rate. Actually, she's the reason I became alcoholic. But like she, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I can't go drink. I'm gonna be okay. I can't go have fun. And I'm like, nigga, you just started crashing out on me in the hallway and you're drunk. Like, why are you know what I'm saying? Why are you going to drink more? But that's neither here nor there. Woman gonna do whatever they do. She come back. This girl is blasted because she had to come back because I need that.
Okay.
I need that. One thing I'm gonna get, I need that, and she needed that too. So like, yeah, it's a mutual understanding of we need that. But she came back.
You're so fucking dumb, bro.
She's blasted, bro. She's blasted, and we start arguing, and she's like falling all in the hallway, throwing up and shit. I'm like, and then she's calling me like the B word. She's like, you're a fucking asshole, and I'm just like, I didn't even do anything this time. That was like kind of the breaking point. So that's when I went on ChatGPT and I typed in like how to send a heartfelt message and tell her I love her, but I want to break up with her. ChatGPT.
This is early ChatGPT.
Yeah.
This shit probably dropped 3 months ago.
Yo, that motherfucker sent me this beautiful soliloquy.
Copy paste.
Send that shit there. She didn't read it. Yo, I sent it at 8:32. That shit read at 8:32. She responded. She didn't even read that shit. She was just like, you dead ass? And I was just like, that's it.
Over text though.
Yeah.
How long you guys date for?
Like a year and some change.
I feel like
that makes sense. You just wanted it over though. Like, you were just trying to like, I don't want to even have, because if you have that face to face conversation, you might fucking take her back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She might hit me with the we can't work on it and start crying.
Yeah,
and I gotta kick you out of my crib. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so that message just like kind of
it makes it easier for sure.
Yeah. For me, definitely an asshole move.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with.
Sometimes you gotta be selfish, bro, in certain situations.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
I was never good at ending things.
Yeah, bro.
I guess I never ended. I only had one serious relationship, but like little things. You know what I mean? Like I would just let it drag on until just someday just stopped answering.
Sometimes you gotta be Hollywood, bro. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself like that.
It'd be hard to cut people because too, like she did so much for me. Like it'd be hard to just let that go because you try to see like the good in things, but like when you just so fucking annoying, like I can't. Like I told her like I can't see myself married.
No, she wasn't a good drunk. I definitely remember that.
Yeah, she was.
And that's usually a bad sign.
It's terrible. Like
it's usually a bad sign.
A little sloppiness, and of course it's fun at night. Yeah, but it's not fun when we're in public, bro. Like that shit was lame as hell. Like at least when I'm drunk, I ain't that sloppy. I'm just loud.
That was that? No, that was Memorial Day, right?
What was Memorial?
I was just thinking because it's Memorial Day weekend. I was like, is that 3 years ago of the day or something? But no.
No, that was in the summer.
Yeah.
It was like I want to say probably like June, July-ish type vibe. It was a tough day though. But like, yeah, you know, people do a lot for you. She did a lot for me. But like, men know. Like I feel like y'all knew within a year if you was gonna marry that person. You know what I'm saying? Women be confused. Men know. And trust and believe I knew by month 3. Like
it was chopped.
I'm not marrying this girl. Yeah. Nah, but like you need the experience. So,
I agree with that. You were young at the time. You know what I mean? You were probably like, what, 23? Something like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah. 23, 24.
We're probably about 20 minutes into the podcast. I just want to say, you know, JC, thank you for pulling up last minute. You were actually right on your predictions about Inouye and Benavidez last time he was on here. They both won kind of handily.
They were both the favorites.
Yeah, they were both the favorites. Not some crazy prediction. I'm saying I know that, but so I want the comments to do something right now. So I want them to list out their 5 best boxes of all time. And next time you're on the show, I want you to just rank it and try to reorder the list. So if you guys are boxing fans, comment that. Okay. And that goes into this segment where it's comment of the week. We didn't do it last episode, but it's comment of the week. So we only have to do one per episode. So I have because we don't have to do it both episodes because we do 2 episodes a week.
Just do comment of the show.
Comment of last show. We could do that, but okay.
Like comment for 562.
So there's a couple of things that have been happening in the Pick a Side universe that I want to get into. So this is the comment of the week.
Universe.
Yes. Pick a Side universe. This comment of the week segment is going to be dedicated to anything that you guys want to bring up that you want to respond to, because the comments say a lot of things about us and we don't even respond to them. We kind of just let it slide. So, okay, this first comment pissed me off because this dude, his name is Argitas Lauren 9797. He said, I will never, all caps, never forget Joel Moran showing up to a Nets game. Joel Moran, J capitalized and M, showing respect and grammar skills in Nets gear.
You did show up.
Multiple exclamation points. But he's a Knicks fan? Once I saw him in full Nets gear, I will never believe he's a true Knicks fan. So I don't know why I got it. I feel like I haven't explained the moment. And some people think it's unexplainable. But if you listen to me, you can hear me out.
There we go.
The Knicks at that point, mid, not a real like contending team. Nets traded for James Harden. I started fucking with the Nets because James Harden was on the Nets. That doesn't mean I became a Nets fan. I wasn't a Nets fan. I hated the Nets. You can ask JC how much times I was shit talking him about the Nets, and I'm a Knicks fan, especially during that era when they first got Kyrie and KD. I'm like, man, y'all ain't gonna be that good anyway. Your guys are gonna choke it anyway, which it did end up happening. But unfortunately, James Harden got to the team, so it broke my heart. But then James Harden got to the team, and everything changed. Okay, he has a chance to win a championship. This is my favorite player all time in the modern day because, you know, gotta always have a spot reserved for Kobe being Bryant. But James Harden is my favorite of all time. And this is the chance he has to get a championship. And I need this. So, of course, I'm rooting for the Nets. They were my championship pick that year. I had courtside seats, essentially as close as you could get to courtside seats for the Nets. And if anybody travels, you know that whenever you go to a new arena, you want to get a souvenir. At least that's how I am. I go to a new arena, I want to get a souvenir. I went to a Clippers game. I got a Lou Williams jersey. I go to games and I just get jerseys. I just get merchandise. Like I went to the Rams playoff game. I got a Matthew Stafford jersey. I just do that. So I went to the Nets game and I got this James Harden jersey.
It's a tough jersey.
Which is an amazing jersey. It has the 75th anniversary patch on it to honor him making the 75th, the top 75 players list of all time. and it's a great jersey.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
But before this jersey, I got this jersey.
That was tough.
This is my Julius Randle statement edition jersey. I got made fun of for getting this jersey because it's Julius Randle. I have a Kristaps Porzingis shirt from that era. I got an Amari Stoudemire t-shirt, a jersey t-shirt from that era. I got pictures of me with Knicks gear when I was a kid. So I've been a Knicks fan. I just wanted the Nets to win a championship. That's really all it was because of James Harden. Now I could care less about the Knicks. If anything, I feel more sorry for them.
The Nets.
Yeah, the Nets. I feel more sorry for the Nets than anything. They're like, damn, bro, y'all too bad. But if the Nets ever move back to New Jersey, I will not be a fan of the Nets, but I will want them to succeed.
I don't know. You're not even rooting, but just wearing the opposite team's gear, it's just still not right. Like Knicks and Nets isn't like insane to do. It's not nuts, but I'm definitely looking at you sideways. Just like if a Jets fan dresses up in all Giants gear or a Giants fan on all Jets gear. I don't know why they ever do that, but it's not wrong. Like it's not your biggest rival. Like it's not the worst team. It's like not Jets New England, for example. But you're looking at you weird, like, bro, we don't really fuck with you.
Yeah, Knicks and Nets that's a good comparison. Whereas Jets and Giants, I just think the culture around the NFL is so much different. Like the culture with the NBA is more player oriented.
It is.
Like
I know it's because it's Harden, not because it's the Nets.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Like you could be a Celtics fan. And I don't know what other players around the league that you really fuck with that you'd wear their jersey. More so, it's like you're a Jets fan, but you wear a Lamar jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's because the Jets suck.
Yeah.
And at that point, the Knicks didn't suck, but it's 2020, 2021. It's still very much like they're trying to get there. They're trying to get to a winning spot, but they're not that relevant.
Yeah,
they didn't start getting relevant until like that year, pretty much, when Randle led them to the playoffs. And that's why I got his jersey. But I don't know if that was... No, that was definitely 2020, 2021 season because the 1920 season they played it at Disney. So, yeah, I think it was within the same season that the Knicks finally became good. So, I didn't really see a problem with it because, I just like wearing teams' merch. I don't feel like there's any way to be a fan. And I heard this from Ben Stiller because they was on Ben Stiller because they was like, yo, he was at this playoff game, Timothy Chalamet, and Ben Stiller was at the Met Gala. You're not really a Knicks fan. Like, Timothy Chalamet more of a Knicks fan than you. And then Ben Stiller was like, I thought about it. It's like, the point of being a fan of a team is because you enjoy the team playing. It's not about comparing your fandom to somebody. So somebody could be decked out in all Knicks gear, and that's fine. That's how you be a fan. But that doesn't mean I enjoy the Knicks any less because I wore a Nets jersey. That was James Harden. Like, that doesn't mean I enjoy the Knicks any less. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to respond to the comment.
Great comment of the week.
Yes.
Great comment of the week.
It's just my grievances. So I have this other one. This is from the Scottie Barnes and Cade Cunningham graphic because we put a poll about who played better against Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham won the poll.
Oh,
so more people think Cade won the poll. But then under the graphic comparing both of their stats, somebody said, it was from Romello Owens. He said, okay, so let's make a new poll. Who would be better if they swapped teams? Scottie on the Pistons wouldn't even be a contender. And this got 25 likes. I think the most likes on that post.
I think that's a good point. Because we were arguing, well, we argued a lot, but one of the arguments was just straight up who played better, Scottie versus Cade in the Cleveland series. And that was a real argument. But when you change the teams around in the situation, I know Toronto doesn't have a ton of talent as is, but when it comes to offensive talent compared to what Detroit has, you have multiple guys that can handle the ball. You have guys that go and create their shot more. So if you put Scottie on that team, not as good as a playmaker as Cade, makes a good point. I think it would look better in Toronto than it would in Detroit.
Right, like what are we doing? Do I got to say more? Like, I love the avenue that they took where let's compare the last 7 games of both of them instead of comparing the first round matchups. Because if you compared the first round matchups, it's not fucking close.
Well, it's the same opponent.
Yeah, different opponents.
Yeah, so I like it. I like it. It was cute. Yeah, listen, man. I think it's obvious. Both teams are inept offensively. Both teams don't have a ton of talent. You look at Toronto. Credit to them. They played hard. I don't want to take nothing away from them. Like, they played super hard against the Cavaliers. They didn't beat anybody good this year in the regular season. Like, they dominated on weaker opponents. And you saw the Detroit Pistons win 60 games and have a positive record against teams that were actually good. So if you swap them and they just won 60 games, you take Cade off that team, you put him on Toronto. Toronto will probably win 60 games, genuinely. So he's a better offensive player, and it's not because of the efficiency, it's just because of the type of load he can carry, where he can have nights where he can score 25, 30 points a game and have 10, 11, 12 assists and be able to guard, top players and get you going in transition. Just a better offensive engine. I think Scottie Barnes, I feel like the conversation, I want to say it went left for like stuff like that. Like I think it's okay to say Scottie played better against the Cavs. I think we're losing the plot when we start saying Scottie Barnes is better than Cade. That's when we start losing the plot.
So you think it's not even a conversation?
I don't think before.
I don't think it's a conversation.
I don't think when we started the playoffs, it wasn't a conversation. It wasn't a thought.
You don't think it will ever be a conversation, or can Scottie get to that level?
It could be. If Scottie needs to level up offensively, but it's just defensively what he's able to bring, his versatility, his size, his athleticism.
Can Scottie get to that level?
You guys are only asking this because of the Cavs series. Like, you wouldn't have asked this before the Cavs series.
I'm asking. But now I'm asking. Exactly. He moved me against the Cavaliers.
He was awesome against. And I think if you're awesome against in their first round, was this first round?
No, this is like his third.
And the counterpoint to the things you mentioned is that the Pistons,
at this level,
they went 13-5 without Cade Cunningham. It's not like they didn't win. It's not like they were trash when Cade was off the floor. They actually were winning games when he got hurt with that collapsed lung. They went 13-5 overall. And the Toronto situation, is it that much better than Detroit's? Toronto was missing Emmanuel quickly in the series. They were missing Brandon Ingram, who left early in the series as well. So it was Jamal Shead, R.J. Barrett, Jacoby Walters, Scottie Barnes, CMB. I say R.J. played better than Tobias, but that was essentially their roles. They were the secondary scorers for their teams.
Yeah, but Tobias ain't take no load off, like in terms of taking the ball out of Cade's hand. R.J. literally took the ball out of Scottie's hand. That's the difference. Like it's the being able to let Cade play off ball. I think that's the difference. But like, this is what kills me, because it is recency bias. This is like literally the definition of recency bias, because Scottie ain't been in Cade conversation all season.
He's not in Cade conversations right now.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden it's, will he get closer because they played the Cavs?
Well, I don't think there's a 20-spot gap between the two.
No, there's probably like a 10.
So exactly, if you're a 10-spot gap, there's a world where, in a year you
like
could be in the conversation.
But then it's like, if we think Scottie can get to that level, what the fuck Cade level gonna get to?
No, for sure.
They're
Cade
both young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I don't know. I feel like
maybe there's something to point Scottie, though, because point Scottie Barnes is what was unlocked when Brandon Ingram went out, and Scottie Barnes was averaging close to 10 assists per game. He was playing elite defensively. He took Donovan Mitchell out the game completely. Yeah. And then offensively, he's scoring 20 plus.
You think he could do that for 80 games?
I don't know.
I don't see why he can't do it.
What makes you say he can?
Because the roster right now currently constructed around him is so inept to his fit and to how he needs a roster. Like, I think he could use more spacing. Right now, Brandon Ingram, I don't think fits with him. R.J. Barrett had an incredible first-round series. I don't think he's the perfect fit next to Scottie either. Scottie Barnes, this team, it doesn't feel like Toronto has built a team that complements what Scottie Barnes can do. If you have Scottie Barnes having the ball in his hands more and being the primary decision-maker and scorer for a team, maybe we could see a version of Scottie that rivals what we saw against Cleveland versus the entire regular season past season.
What does that look like? What's the team? Like,
they were just the 5th seed with Scottie Barnes being the best player.
Emmanuel quickly fits on that team. We want more shooting around him, though.
Like, a perfect player for Toronto would be Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
If Michael Porter Jr. goes to Toronto, if Toronto trades, let's say Brandon Ingram in a first-round pick, and they say, listen, we'll take Michael Porter Jr. off your hands, we'll give you a first-round pick, and we'll give you Ingram. I know MPJ is a more valuable asset, but, Brooklyn still, I think the talent gap between Ingram and MPJ is not that far off. MPJ goes to Toronto. He gives them more floor space. And now you have a clear direction. I want to build this team around Scottie Barnes, have floor spacers. Because right now, Jakob Poeltl's getting paid $120 million. He's like a bottom half starting center in the league. Yeah. I would say he's one of the worst starting centers in the league.
Probably.
Then you have a bunch of players who don't shoot the three at a high enough volume. It's a weird team. And they were the 5th seed because they had a top 5 defense led by Scottie Barnes. But I think Scottie Barnes, to me, against Cleveland, he proved that there might be a different level to his game that I didn't know was there previously.
Yeah, his playmaking was special. He averaged, 8.5 assists that series?
Yeah, they were 5th seed, 46 and 36. They were 2-14 against top 5 teams. They were 7-22 against top 10 teams.
Not great.
Against the bottom 10, they were 22-6. Against the bottom 5, they were 12-3.
Out of curiosity, if
they're probably really good against them. I mean, they beat the Knicks.
They did, yeah.
In the regular season.
They lost to the Spurs twice, though, and I think they lost to OKC twice. Let's see.
I think Boston beat them once.
Yeah, anybody's losing to OKC and San Antonio.
Yeah.
Especially the regular season.
So the top 5, Detroit was 7-4.
Okay.
Top 10, 17-7.
Okay.
And and they were just great everywhere else. Yeah. So that's the thing with me with Toronto. It's like,
so you're saying Toronto has a better team than Detroit?
No.
Like if we remove Scottie, we remove Cade, and just measure the rosters, who has a better roster?
I think when healthy, Toronto has more offensive talent.
Yeah.
Just because you have multiple guys in RJ, Quickly, and
they definitely have more guys that can handle the ball.
Shot, for sure.
Like Quickly can handle the ball. Toronto probably wins in the series. But what makes those other guys in Detroit go is Cade. Yeah. Like what gets Duren going is Cade. What gets Duncan going is Cade and stuff like that. So it would be taking away their power. So you take away their point guard.
I mean, I don't know. We have these basically. It's not the same level, but when you're valuing two-way versus you're valuing someone. Cade's not a bad defender, but someone who has this high offensive impact. That's kind of what the Scottie and Cade stuff is right now. Because if Cade's going to be this level, play this level of offense with a team that doesn't really have a lot of offensive talent, you're just assuming once they start bringing that in, the offense could get even better. And having that engine is more valuable. Probably.
I would like to see Scottie with the ball in his hands more next year, though, because this year I feel like he didn't have it a ton, but when he did, he saw flashes. The Cavaliers series was definitely a good kind of hint at that. So obviously they're probably going into next season like, we got to move Jakob. You probably got to keep IQ there just for the shooting and the spacing. RJ's going to be there. Probably try to move BI if you can, but definitely try to just build what you can around Scottie because it's a tough roster. But both rosters, I'll be honest,
not great.
On offense,
not great.
I'll say both rosters defensively are pretty good. On offense, they're not great. One just is better.
So Toronto, that was a comment that we got from Romello Owens. Shout out to you for making that comment. And that was in our YouTube community tab. The other comment, the first one I mentioned, was from the full episode. We will start doing the most liked comment is the one that we will showcase on the show. So just keep that in mind when you're liking other people's comments, that if you want to see us talk about something up here, then like that comment. This is the last thing. It was on a community tab. I posted it yesterday. It was, who's the best quarterback here? Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield.
Jordan Love.
Jared Goff won the poll 41%. Ooh. Jordan Love came in second at 25%. Baker Mayfield and Brock Purdy tied at 17%.
I think Jordan Love's the best there. I think Goff is too.
Was there any comments or this is just the poll?
That was the poll. 6,500 people voted on it.
Okay.
The top comments, it talked about how, let me try to get it for you just to be exact with it.
Yeah, because I would think, to me, Baker, after the season he's coming off, I don't know if he's really with this group right now. Jordan Love and Brock Purdy would probably be 1 and 2, and Jared Goff would be 3. I'm surprised Goff gets that much love because typically, at least what I see on social media, is it's a lot of Jared Goff hate.
Goff is good, man. He has good size at the quarterback position. You know, he can sling it. He's pretty accurate when he has a clean pocket. It's just sometimes he's like, when he makes one mistake, now it's like a domino effect. Yeah. Now everything falls.
He has a few things that will just always follow him. It's number one, like in a big game, do you trust Jared Goff? And so far, people are going to say no. You're always going to have just the Lions tax where he's never going to get credit because you have one of the best supporting cast in the NFL. And I think the third is just his game isn't sexy. Like, he's going to stand in the pocket. He's going to process. He's not going to evade sacks. Of course, he's not going to get outside the pocket. So he is just 100% relying on his arm strength, his touch, and his accuracy. And like Riv mentioned, he makes one mistake. It feels like shit just gets worse and worse. So he could have these bad blow-up games where he has 3 turnovers, 4 turnovers to completely take Detroit out of it.
Do you think Scottie's better than Cade, bro?
I'm getting there.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Jeez, yeah, I'm not there. I'm not close to there, truthfully.
I can see it. I can see an avenue.
I can see. Is there a world where it happens? Sure, but I don't think it's.
Walk me through the avenue.
It's like a 25% chance, maybe.
I know it's going to take you a minute to think, but go ahead.
He has to get much better offense.
And this just means Cade doesn't get better. It has to be.
True.
It has to be.
Cade Cunningham, I think, will get better, but there are certain things about his game that I think will remain the same for the most part. I think the rim finishing percentage for the most part will remain the same.
Okay.
It's been that way his entire career. I don't think that he will all of a sudden turn into an elite finisher.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the lack of verticality is going to be a big reason why he won't be a great or elite rim finisher. I think Cade Cunningham can get better in one specific area, and that's just not turning over the ball as much as he's had in the past.
Not consistent shooting from the three-point line.
I think that too. That's another thing that he can get better at. But to me, I think the bigger problem is probably the turnovers for him. He can be a bit reckless and careless with the basketball. With Scottie Barnes, all the improvement is pretty much on the offensive side. I don't think that there's necessarily improvement for him as a passer. I think there's improvement for him to be used more within the offense. So I think there's an improvement for usage so the passing skills can be showcased at a more consistent level. As a scorer, it's just adding the jump shot to his game because I think that everything else, like his ability to handle the ball and get to the basket, I think is really good. So it's really just about him adding a jump shot to his game.
So you think he has like top 5 upside?
I think he has top 10 upside. I do. Like right now, Scottie Barnes to me is the 16th best player in the world.
Okay. Is above Donovan Mitchell?
Yes, he is. I think that he's a better player than Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell, he's a smaller guard, 6'1". He's a volume scorer, and the highs are high, but he's a passer that has the same assist to turnover ratio. He's not really creating for his teammates. He doesn't see those passes consistently. And on defense, he's not I wouldn't say a negative, but he is not making a difference on defense. Yeah. So that's why, to me, Scottie Barnes, I think he's a better basketball player than him.
It's going to be interesting once we do, season comes around, we always do a top 20 list or something like that where Scottie ends up and where Cade ends up.
What if I told you that Cade has improved his finishing at the rim every single year since his rookie year?
What are the numbers?
Something that you said would be the same.
I said him being an average, so the tier thing. Okay. I know early on in Detroit they had terrible rosters.
It was like 46. I don't feel like opening my phone.
Exactly. So
it went from 46, 52, 56. It was 63 this year.
63, which is solid. I think that's
Scottie's
solid.
at 69.
That's a big difference.
He's always at the rim.
That's a big difference, though.
No, I'm with you, but I'm saying it's. So it's like.
Now I understand. I mean, if Cade finishes 69% at the rim,
I just need the 65, 66.
He doesn't get that high.
I mean, that is a very high number for Scottie. Cade, those early rosters, that's why the finishing numbers for him, I really didn't take into account that much because of the supporting cast that was so poor. I know that Detroit still has spacing issues now, but I do see Cade miss some easy ones at the rim more often than I think he should for his size. So, I mean, he's 6'6" point guard. I feel like you should finish a lot of baskets around the rim. So I think there's room for him to improve in that area, but statistically, players don't typically improve historically. Like historically, players don't make gigantic leaps in their game in that specific area. It's either something you have or you don't. Like Dylan Harper right now, you know that he's going to be elite at the rim. He's already showing it. There's certain players that they improve. An example of this, of somebody who doesn't improve, is RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, since he's been on the Knicks, has been somebody who gets to the basket at a very high rate, but he's been a below average finisher, and that has been consistent throughout his entire career. So
I think Cage is at a different level that he could do it. If RJ doesn't get better at it,
so you didn't really tell me the avenue. What's the avenue
for Scottie?
Get better at offense. Get used
like
more
the shooting
balls.
has to stick.
Well, the thing is, if Scottie Barnes catches up to Cade,
because now I think next year he's finally going to get treated like a number one option on defense.
Yeah, if Scottie gets anywhere near Cade offensively, I think the defensive gap between them would be enough to propel Scottie over.
If Scottie gets as good as Cade, it's not a conversation.
Sure, not at all.
So I don't think Scottie needs to be as good as Cade offensively, but he needs to be like pretty close.
He needs to be like 90%,
80% of what he's on offense.
What is he right now? 60?
I think he's about like 40.
40, okay.
Yeah.
So he's got to basically double what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
And this is with Cade without a consistent three ball.
This is Cade just
turning the ball.
It could be Scottie just having more usage. You know, I got to see it because we haven't really seen it from Scottie. But you know, I called him Baby Giannis for a reason a couple years back. he looks that way sometimes.
We've gone a few different ways with that comment.
The top comment on this poll was "Give me Iguodala." That was the top comment on the poll. I think Baker Mayfield is the worst quarterback here.
I agree with that.
I don't need to harp on how great Jordan Love is. You either see it or you don't. He's somebody that people hate on a lot. You either see it with Jordan Love or you don't.
I've seen this shit.
But what I will say about Jared Goff is that over the last 4 seasons in Detroit, 4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 99 passer rating. 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 97.9 passer rating. 2024, 4,600 yards, 37 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 111.8 passer rating. And this past season, when Ben Johnson left, you would think it would decline. 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 105.5 passer rating.
And he threw, I think, 3 against the Eagles. So that was in one game.
And that was them changing play callers halfway through. You know, Dan Campbell
Yeah,
came
I think
in.
Goff is just a taller Brock Purdy. That's what I think he's better.
Yeah, Purdy just has more mobility.
Yeah.
He's just more of a playmaker. But no, Jared Goff, he's great. I would love him on the Jets. It's just, especially for Detroit, they were in the Jets situation because they were a bit of a laughing stock. Now you've reached a level of competence that you're expecting to go to the playoffs every year. You're expecting to win the division every year. And when you come up short, at least thus far, I guess the Commanders wasn't really his fault because they let up 45 points. We did have a lot of turnovers in that game. So now I think Detroit fans, at least the ones that do hate on Goff, and I don't think it's a lot of them, I could see the reasoning just being what's the guy that gets us to the next step.
Yeah, they have a
because we're
quarterback.
good enough now.
And they should feel good about it. Not a lot of teams can say we have a quarterback.
And also, Joe Marchant. I'm gonna die by it. If he has to go into Philly, if he's got to go to San Francisco, if he's got to go wherever it might be,
that game.
If he's got to go to Baltimore,
he's got to go.
Oh wait, no, they beat them. Yeah.
Well, that was the other division, and that was in
Remember
September.
when he went to Kansas City and beat them?
Talking about the playoffs.
Yeah, I did.
No?
Wait, no, did they this past season?
Last year.
Oh, last year maybe.
Maybe that's 2 years
This
ago.
past season, Kansas City beat Detroit though.
No, you sure?
I think I'm positive because they had 2 big wins, the Kansas City Chiefs early in the season. It was the Ravens and the Lions, and then everybody's like, "Oh, well, at least I was." Yo, they're back.
Let me see,
Hey, y'all slept.
Double check.
You know, we'll see a different version of KC this year. But you could, while you look up that, we'll transition the NBA Finals. Who is your pick to make it? Right now, we are in the middle of the conference finals. The OKC Thunder are up 2-1 on the Spurs.
Don't even start that conversation because I got some questions, man.
You have the Knicks over the Cavaliers 2-0. They could take a 3-0 lead tonight. Right now on polymarket, OKC has a 64% chance to win the NBA Finals. The Knicks have an 18.4% chance. The Spurs at a 15% chance, and the Cavaliers 2.1% chance. Nobody's giving them any chance to win the championship, and I understand why. How do you guys see it panning out, the title?
You know, I hate to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I don't like being that guy.
It's a shame Drew's not here, man.
Yeah, but sometimes
He'd be up here.
I have to be that guy because I feel like it's never consistent. The energy is never the same.
Consistent.
It's always yelling, screaming, hollering, excited about game one, and haven't heard a peep in the chat, JC, ever since game one.
So Shea has been better than Wemby.
Haven't JC?
Game two, JC.
Yeah. We haven't seen this is the greatest day of my life. We haven't seen this is God's creation since game one. We haven't seen any of that. So I've been wondering, where has the noise been? Why are we not as loud as we are when we lose? And of course, I figured it out. I figured out by watching game 2 and watching game 3 and watching SGA get blitzed, get thrown the kitchen sink, and similar to how teams guard Cade, except SGA doesn't turn the ball over. Like that's one of his most unbelievable skills is he has the ball a ton. Teams throw the kitchen sink at him. He does not turn the ball over. Not to mention he's been having 11 or 12 assists a game. He's been able to make the right reads. You know, and it's always just draw 2, kick it to the next guy. And shout out to OKC's bench because I think they are the biggest X factor in this series because they've outscored the Spurs, I believe, by like 50 points. The Spurs bench. I mean, Keldon Johnson won 6th man of the year, and good God Almighty, where have you been?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's something that's shown the difference is in the talent outside of the starting 5, where you see OKC's bench come in and annihilate these teams, and they really keep this team in it. And I think San Antonio, they looked good last game to start the game, but kind of towards the end, you saw OKC pick and chew at the lead and kind of get physical, and then you saw them kind of take the lead over a bit, and then that was the end of the game. Alex Caruso has been huge for this team, but what's been, you know, the deciding factor is when Wemby sits down, they don't have an answer, you know, and then that bench, OKC, has been dominating. But I say all that to say this. Joel, you and your partner in crime that sits right here. You are apparently the Wemby lovers here, and apparently we are the Wemby haters here. So fine. I mean, we can plant our flag there. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. You said Wemby is going to look like the best player in the world, clearly, outright. And you had it after game 1. And I feel like game 2 and game 3, they've been kind of, you know what I'm saying? I think it's been kind of head-to-head. You know, I think SGA had a better game last game. I think game 2 was like whatever. Both of them had a good game. But SGA, it feels like, is being guarded at a different rate right now, and he's being able to just continue to make plays for his team. Game 4, game 5, game 6, game 7, it still can go 7 games. I have OKC winning. I still think they're going to go to the finals. I think they're going to win the championship this year. I think if they play in New York Knicks, I know you guys have been hooping. I think they can throttle you guys in 5 games.
Throttle?
Yeah, I do think that's the matchup. I don't think that's the matchup you want. I think you want to play the Spurs. I've heard you say
I want to play both.
Play the Spurs.
We could be both.
Yeah, I don't think this is the matchup you really want. I do think
we could be both.
I don't think you can. I don't.
So you don't think we could beat the Spurs either?
No, I don't think they'll get there, so it doesn't matter to speak on them.
I don't think you could beat either team.
I think we could beat both. I think you could beat the Spurs.
Statistically, OG Anunoby is the best Wemby defender in the league of all players that have guarded him for a certain amount of possessions. I think 50-plus possessions.
Fire.
OG is the best defender on Wemby statistically.
That speaks more in the league than anything.
Yeah.
It just also speaks to how elite OG is. It speaks to our back line. You're talking about the Wemby Shea thing. I'll stay on that first. I think Wemby has still been the best player in the series. Game 1, it was by far and away. It wasn't even close. Yeah. Game 2, Wemby had a rough night by his standards, but he still affects the game tremendously on defense, and that's what he will always have his hat. He will always lean his hat on that. I think Shea was better, but I thought Wemby also got fouled a ton by Isaiah Hartenstein in game 2. Fair. I thought they let so much go, it's been a home game, and it's been a reason why the last 2 games that Wemby's rim frequency has went down compared to game 1. They've been much more physical with him. And that's how I have to play him. But, that's no excuse. You have to play through that. You're a great player. Game 3, Shea was excellent.
He was better than it.
I don't know if he was better than Wemby.
He was better than Wemby.
Victor Wembanyama.
Up until Wemby started eating up for real at like the third minute.
Victor Wembanyama was eating up in the beginning of the game when they went on a run. They led by 15. It was 15-0.
He had like 7 points.
Yeah,
he was like 2
wasn't,
for 10.
At least from an offensive production standpoint, he wasn't doing much.
But his impact on the court opens up everything.
And so does SGA.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
The impact, if we're talking about just impact, it's the same. They are throwing 3 to 4 bodies at
you saw the first quarter. The first quarter, Shea had 0 points, and there was a 2-point game.
That's their game plan right now. The Spurs, they're throwing multiple bodies at OKC. It's a combination of a couple things. Shea is that level of one-on-one isolation scorer, and also they don't really trust OKC shooters. The difference in the series, I don't think has been Shea has been better than Wemby. The difference has been the bench for OKC has shown up, and the bench for the Spurs has not. And De'Aaron Fox has dealt with injury. Dylan Harper missed game 2, and in game 3, he went out in game 2, and then he missed game 3. No, I understand that, but OKC has the depth to withstand losing him because they have so much role players. With the Spurs, if you don't have Fox and Harper like in game 2, you have Stephon Castle who throws the game away with 9 turnovers. In game 3, you have De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper coming back, but De'Aaron Fox is clearly clearly hobbled.
Were you not one of the few people praising the Spurs' depth all year?
But you lose Fox and Harper for game 2, and then in game 3, Fox is clearly playing hampered. Yeah. He is not playing close to himself at all, and those are your ball handlers. Wemby, for as great as he is offensively, I've always remained consistent that I think Shea is a better offensive player, and he can impact the game more because he handles the ball every possession. Wemby needs to rely more on those ball handlers to get the offense going. The difference has been the series. They're doubling Shea, triple teaming him, they're blitzing him, and Jared McCain has a career night. Jalen Williams has a career night, both on the road. No role player for San Antonio has showed up like that, let alone 2 in the same game. So I think a game like game 3 where Shea shoots 6 for 16, even though he was a massive playmaker, can get overlooked because of how excellent his role players played. I mean, Jalen Williams and Jared McCain combined for 30-plus points in that game. The Spurs are not getting any of that production from their bench whatsoever. So I don't think the difference has been that Shea's been better than Wemby. I think OKC's team has been better than the Spurs. And in game 3 with Wemby off the floor, their defensive rating was 200 and they were a -17 and I think the 9 minutes he was off the floor. They cannot live without Wemby. And that brings me to my point in watching this series. Wemby needs to play like 42 minutes a night for this team to win.
In the playoffs, though.
No, it does. I'm not saying it doesn't, but Wemby needs to play that many minutes for the Spurs to remain competitive in this series. And we'll see if he upticks that. We saw he can do it in game 1, but something that has been questioned about Wemby has been his conditioning because game 1 was the most minutes he's played in his career. So we'll see if he can consistently play 40 or 42 minutes a night versus the 36 that he's playing, because 36 right now, the Spurs, they can't survive with him. More so defensively. Defensively, they can't survive if he's not out there. And I think it speaks to his impact, the fact that if he's on the floor, OKC struggles offensively. And if he's off the floor, OKC is putting up historic offensive numbers on them.
Yeah, the Wemby versus Shea thing it's hard because when you're talking about impact, Wemby has this defensive level that very few have ever had in NBA history, that the impact is at such a high level. If he just has an okay offensive game, it's hard for Shea to match unless he's going out there and dropping 40 on crazy efficiency.
He's matching it right now.
But Shea, Shea looked great. Shea's outside game 1 wasn't pretty, but game 2 and game 3, he looked more of his normal self, although it's not at his best. Obviously, this defense is impacting him. The coverages he's seen is impacting him. But I've just been super impressed with the playmaking, especially last game. His ability to... That's been his biggest question, I would say, in this MVP era of Shea's career, where we know he's a great scorer, but he doesn't get put into the conversations of playmakers as the top in the league when it comes to the Lukas and Halliburtons of the world. And he's not at that level by any means, but he has shown that if you're going to send 2 at me, I'm going to be able to find my open guys. So while you could look at the role players and being like, yeah, Jalen Williams had this great night, Jared McCain had this great night, Caruso shot well yet again. A lot of them are coming off open looks just because of the gravity that Shea's having offensively. And it was good to see Jared McCain not only have a career night, but just the green light he played with. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, is going to be out. We need a secondary scorer coming from something. Chet has showed us in this series it's not going to be coming from him. And everybody else, whether it's Kaysen or Alex Caruso, I would rather have the ball in Jared McCain's hands. He was super aggressive, finding his shot, pulling up for threes, being a self-creator. That was a big reason why OKC was able to come back, especially in that 15-0 deficit, and then really put the game away in the fourth quarter. But it's more than anything, what's impressed me has just been Shea's playmaking, because I thought after game 1, you're going to see this coverage throughout the series, right? And Shea is going to go, he's going to study film, but how much of it is studying film, which versus who are you just as a playmaker? Like, you could study all the film you can get, but if you can't see where the double's coming from or you don't feel comfortable with it, it's hard just from studying. You got to go out there and actually do it. And I did have a little bit of question, like, we haven't really seen that level from Shea yet. And what he's shown the last 2 games has been super impressive. So I still had OKC coming into the series. I thought OKC would win 7 games. 2-1. I feel good about it. I think OKC in 7 games. It could very easily be 3-0 after game 1. And I feel like for the most part, the Thunder have looked like the better team. The second half in that Spurs game, you could say they did. But outside of that, and I guess the 4 minutes or whatever, on the 15-0 run, the Thunder looked like the better team to me. Looked like the more complete team. That's not a knock on what Wemby's doing. He's doing all he can. The role players, I think, for San Antonio, you're realizing this is my first time for a lot of these dudes, right? Devin Vassell's and Champagne's and all of these guys. They need to get some playoff experience under them. So it's not shocking. But I think the Thunder look like the better team. I think they'll come out the West.
Still not over.
Let me ask you something, JC. Number 1, Spurs, OKC. Who are you picking to make the NBA Finals?
Well,
and who do you think is better between Shea and Wemby? And is this series swayed you in any way?
Okay, so I like to stick with my guns. So I was initially outside of Denver, because I predicted Denver to win. We know how that went. The Spurs are my The Spurs are my second team. The Spurs were definitely my second team, and I think I'm gonna stick with the Spurs. I know the way that they've been defending SGA, throwing a lot of bodies at him. His role players, people off the bench, have been coming and making plays for him. I don't know if that is sustainable. Though, like another Jared McCain 26 or 24 point game off the bench. I also do think that San Antonio definitely needs to think about switching up the matchups, the coverages with SGA. Maybe have a game where, you take away all the role players and you try to have him be, like Superman or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to stick with the Spurs. I think they're the team that I picked, bro. I just can't switch like that. Wembanyama's game 1 really moved me. But I need to see more out of like De'Aaron Fox. We need to see more out of him, but we know he's hampered. But we need to see these role players step up. Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year. He's been an absolute no-show, but I don't think that's going to last forever. I do think that this game coming up, I don't want to say it's a lock, but I will lean San Antonio. I think they're going to come out guns blazing. They're down 2-1. They're essentially, if they lose this game at home, the series is, in my opinion, pretty much over. So I think that I'm predicting a a big win for San Antonio. I think they're gonna win by double figures. I think the role players are gonna come to play, and I don't know. I can't bank on SGA and these players coming through for SGA this much. You know, like all these type of shots they're hitting. You had a Caruso 30-point game one. You had this guy Kane coming off the bench. You had Jalen Williams having a career night from the 3-point line. I just don't think that's sustainable, and I think that the shift is going to happen next game. I think San Antonio's role players are going to come out well. I think that they're going to, like I said, they're going to play with a certain level of desperation because the series is pretty much on the line right here. I'm expecting another big game for Victor Wembanyama, and I think OKC next game, they're going to come back down to earth in terms of just all these role players hitting threes at a ridiculous level. I mean, SGA's been picking this apart, so you definitely want to see certain type of different defensive coverages. I don't think you can throw the same coverage to a player of his caliber. I don't think you can send him the same looks through 3 games because it showed the last 2 games he's picked you guys apart. He's had 12 assists with very little turnover, so I'm expecting something different, but I do think San Antonio is going to come and win the next game. Now, if you want to talk about who's the better player between Wemby and SGA, at the start of the season, Joel can vouch for me. Before it was really even a hot take to say I felt Wemby was the best player just because of his two-way impact. Now, this is going to sound like a boring answer, but I don't think you can go wrong either way. I think SGA is levels above Wemby as an offensive player. I just do. I think he's a better scorer. I think he can get to the free throw line more. I think he controls the game more. We've seen that he's a much better facilitator. He can get his guys involved. He can read a double team. He can break down defenses. So SGA is definitely, without a doubt, the better offensive player. Defensively, Wemby's the better defensive player. I don't think it's pretty close in that regard. That's not saying SJ's a bad defender, and that's also not saying that Wemby isn't a great offensive player. Now, if you're asking me, I like to stay consistent. I just think that the gap defensively is bigger than the gap offensively. I know I said that SJ was definitely the better offensive player, but Wemby's still a guy that can put up 25, 26 a game. He had a 41, 42 point game one, so he's shown you that he can go ballistic offensively as well. So I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to say Wemby slightly, but I could see the argument either way. If you value offense and you value playmaking, which SJ has done at a high level, you're absolutely entitled to your own opinion. If you value defense and good two-way play, elite level defense, like all-time defense, you can take Wemby. I value two-way play, so I would take Wemby for sure.
What are the? I think that was a great response that you said, JC. I do think it's weird because I feel like when you're a guard, you probably would value this offense more as opposed to a big man. You definitely value the two-way play 100% way more. Mm-hmm. That's why it's like it'd be tricky because like as a point guard, would I rather you be a two-way player or offensive machine? Definitely an offensive machine would just work out the defense later. Hypothetically, because I do think this series goes 7 regardless. Well, let's say hypothetically. I didn't even get. I would say Spurs in 7.
So you got the Spurs winning the finals.
I do. I think
we all do. Bro.
I think if they play the Knicks, look, I said that I think the Knicks match up better because I was looking at you. For whatever reason I was binge watching games between the Knicks and the Spurs this season. Brunson. And you guys,
he's not a bad defender no more.
Against SGA, please.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Please. You got to put OG on him.
I mean, they're not gonna let.
They'll double him, but I mean, OG and Mikal Bridges can defend Shea. They can do a great job defending Shea.
I don't disagree. You guys are gonna switch.
We will try not to. We have hidden Brunson well on defense. Yeah. Outside of the first 3 games against Atlanta.
You're playing idiots.
Compared to the Thunder, you are playing idiots. Compared to the Thunder.
Compared to SGA, you are playing 2 guys is just, I don't know what's wrong with them.
There's just something about this year that tells me this is going to be a 2011-like run for the NBA.
Even though you didn't play the same competition.
You never know.
It's not the same competition, but I think the fact like Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks shocking everybody.
Yeah, no one's banking on
and winning the championship.
I'm excited.
There's a certain level of offense that they're playing with.
I'm not gonna lie, it would be crazy.
They're playing unselfish.
I don't need that.
The stat of game 2 against Cleveland was we had 32 assists to only 6 turnovers. Mm-hmm. They're passing the ball at a different level. We can give you different offensive looks. We're not one-dimensional offensive like we were under Tibbs. And our defense has been amazing. We have Cat and Mitchell Robinson as our front court pairing. They're elite rebounding the basketball. We have Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride's an excellent defender too. Landry Shamit's a really good defender too. I mean, they
have not played a defense close to OKC.
No.
Like not even
or San Antonio.
No, but Joel,
San Antonio.
You should feel how you feel.
Agreed.
Without
it's your team.
Position,
I would talk about shit too.
I just think we match up with OKC.
I think
it'll be close games. That's I don't think.
I think you guys match up better with the Spurs.
How do you match up with them?
We match up because we have defenders to throw at Shea.
What else?
And then offensively, nobody can guard Brunson.
What they have defenders to throw at Brunson.
It don't matter
because
wait. So wait. So you guys have defenders to guard Shea, but they don't have defenders to guard Brunson.
I think Shea will cook. I think Shea will do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I think Shea will do his thing.
Oh yeah, Shea's
But Brunson has historically cooked Caruso in almost every single matchup, and that's their best defender. I don't think Kaysen can guard Brunson. I don't think Dort can guard Brunson. I don't think he's agile enough.
Think having all three of them to play.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, Brunson he's averaging 29 points per game with the Knicks.
Yeah,
that's fourth all time in playoff history.
I just think
you haven't faced a defense this good. You haven't faced a bunch of perimeter.
Jalen Brunson has faced elite defenses in the past.
Not like
before.
this though.
And I think J-Dub's health is in question right now. What if he doesn't play in the finals? You got OKC still?
If they beat the Spurs without J-Dub, yes.
Yeah.
We would beat the Spurs.
Okay. But like, why wouldn't I have confidence?
You can't say with that much confidence. I know you guys have beaten them in the past, but you can't say in the 7-game series it's written you guys are going to beat the Spurs.
I think they match up better with the Spurs.
If you compare our role players, I think that our role players match up well with OKC. They have the better star. Like Shea, I think is better than Brunson, but I think Cat, you can argue, is better than Chet Holmgren. Especially the way Cat is playing right now. I think OG Anunoby's better. Let's say if J-Dub's not playing, then he's better than AJ Mitchell. I think that Mikal Bridges.
J-Dub should be traded and AJ Mitchell should be the guy. Now OG's better?
Oh no, I said OG's better than AJ Mitchell.
How though? AJ Mitchell's supposed to take
OG's better than
spot.
AJ.
He's supposed to be the number 3 guy.
No, I'm saying that it's not because he's better than J-Dub. It's more so of a contract thing.
Oh, okay.
Because AJ Mitchell's not getting paid anything and J-Dub is getting paid a max. Okay. So if you can leverage that and get more assets and build your team around, it makes some sense. Now, I think J-Dub's value was shown game 1 though. I think Mitchell Robinson's better than Isaiah Hartenstein. I think Landry Shamet is better than Jerry McCain.
That's a what?
Deuce McBride too.
You're just saying shit.
They're not better than McCain.
What do you mean?
I don't think Mitch is better than Hartenstein, and I don't think McCain's better than
Hartenstein can play in the series too. He can play in the
Is Jerry McCain easily better than Deuce? Deuce can defend.
You said Landry Shamet.
Landry Shamet is 6'6", can defend and can hit threes.
He's defending now, but like let's not act like he could defend.
He's been the best Donovan Mitchell defender in the playoffs in the series.
I'll be honest, he's been ass all year.
No, he hasn't.
In the postseason, I'm sorry. In the postseason.
He hasn't.
Donovan Mitchell's Donovan Mitchell's hampered right now. He's clearly hurt, though.
Like, I think our role players match up well with theirs. We have
Dude, if you're going to say shit like Landry's better than Jerry McCain, I can't have that.
Bro, he's been a huge spark for the Knicks.
So Jerry McCain's been a huge spark for
He's just up 26.
But Landry Shamet's been more consistent, I think, throughout the entire playoffs.
But he's like the 7th player. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
it's the same thing for OKC. They like the 7th player. I'm just measuring the
McCain is much more important offensively to OKC than Landry Shamet is.
I think people are under, like, I think people are underrating the Knicks 3 from 10. I think they 3 from 10, they match up with OKC's 3 from 10. And our 1 and 2, you'd slightly favor OKC because they have Shea and he's better than Brunson. But Brunson, Cat, and then 3 to 10, they can all play playoff minutes. They can all be valuable. The comeback was made possible because of Landry Shamet in game 1 against Cleveland.
I think Shamet's going to be able to play.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to play. He's 6'6", he can guard, he can shoot. I think he'll be able to play.
He's just not better than Jared McCain.
The X factor for the Knicks is Josh Hart, and that's why I said last podcast.
He's going to be able to play.
If he shoots the ball well, yes, he will. He just had a career high in the playoffs, game 2.
I'm finding this really hard that you guys, like, the way you're playing against the 18th ranked defense in the Cavs is giving me the hope that you're going to just completely be ready to match up against the number 1 ranked defense in NBA history.
Yeah, our matchups against OKC have been close in the regular season. That's only I could base off.
I thought regular season didn't matter. And now it matters.
It doesn't matter, but the only thing I can base off of is that in the regular season we have played them somewhat close.
No, because when we were talking about Luka and he was like, if Luka played in the Lakers series, it'd be closer. And I said, well, OKC beat the shit out of them when Luka played. He said it doesn't matter. It's regular season.
Well, I still wouldn't have picked OKC to lose. I would have picked the Lakers to lose that series regardless.
I mean, oh my god,
the Lakers are not a very talented team.
No. Okay, I'm excited to see you guys against OKC. Honestly.
I'm excited too. I mean, the East to me isn't really a conversation. I think this series is over. Between Knicks and Cavs, I think it's a 5-game series probably.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland gets game 3 or game 4.
Now, what are the talks if OKC wins in 5, hypothetically, obviously, and goes out there and blitzes New York? They would have lost, 1 game?
Yeah. OKC, you're saying?
Yeah, or 1 or 2 games?
They would have lost a game off a double overtime and a crazy shot.
Like,
literally, that would have been the only game they lost.
It would be...
This would be one of the most dominant runs ever.
It would be one of the most dominant
and that's the thing, but it would still feel like people will have something to say. Like,
I don't think
feel like
it's
because
it's just because the first 2 rounds were cakewalks. But then round 3 you get Wemby, and only over time that's gonna look better and better.
Facts.
And then the Knicks, I don't know how the Knicks are gonna get viewed. I don't know how that finals gets viewed. It's not gonna get viewed beautifully just because, with all due respect, it's going to be like Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? That's what people are going to point at. Even though Brunson's an awesome player, he's going to get ridiculed for it because you're not going up against an all-time great.
No, I mean, I think it would be beautiful. I think the Knicks are a really good team. I think I'm past the point now with the Knicks where I thought if it was OKC versus the Knicks that they're going to beat them. Like, I genuinely think that the finals between both teams, I would probably choose both of them to beat the Knicks in 6 games, but the Knicks could make shit like really like
interesting.
Of course they can. You know, they're playing great basketball.
5 games
For who? For either team?
No,
Or just OKC? How about with the Spurs?
That'll go 6.
6? I would see 6 for the Spurs too. OKC. I mean, I could see 6, bro. He wasn't really wrong breaking down like, you know, how they kind of match up and stuff, to be honest with you, but
player for player, I'm with you.
Player for player, he ain't really wrong.
Then we got a better coach.
You don't.
Mike Brown.
You do.
Mike Brown
player
made
for
great.
player, you guys are right there.
Mike
but
Brown made great adjustments
as a team,
in the
they're
playoffs.
historic. And
Mike
y'all are
Brown
good.
better coach
You know
than
what I mean?
Mark Dagnall?
Think you can have a conversation.
Mike Brown's a great coach.
Won coach of the year
all of a sudden having
before.
new conversations.
Mike Brown won coach of the year with the Cavaliers.
That
He
was
won
like
coach of the year with the
20
Sacramento
years
Kings.
Well, it's not a conversation.
Why is it not a conversation? Because one has Shea.
Why is it a conversation?
Because he literally changed our offense. Our offense is transformed.
Cat's initiating offense now.
The OKC's offense, you can argue, is very simple.
No, I'm just asking you.
What about
bro.
their defense?
Their defense, but that's because they have the personnel to be all time. It's not like they have the personnel to be an all time defense.
Listen, I'm just asking.
Mike Brown
Do they have
transformed the
any?
Knicks offense.
I've never thought.
Do the Thunder have any all-time defenders?
At their
All-time
position,
defenders?
they have probably
Like
the best
greatest of all time?
defenders.
Not great, but just like in conversations. I'm even saying.
I mean, bro, you have
they have a good collection of really good defenders, but they're historic defense.
They have a collection of the best defenders at their position on their team and in the league right now.
They have a top 2
Casey Wallace,
perimeter defensive rotation. They have one of the best rim protectors in basketball.
Like
And
there is
Chet.
not a better perimeter defensive personnel than Casey Wallace, Lou Dort, J-Dub, Alex Caruso. Like,
That's
that is
insane.
the best in the
That's
league.
insane. That's
They-
why I would
and-
think that the Knicks would lose that. Just
And
there's
the
so
only
much bodies to throw at
front
Brunson.
court defensively that's better than them is the Spurs because of Wemby. But Chet and Hartenstein,
Great
like,
rim
that's
protection.
why they have the personnel. I think Dagnall is a
Yeah.
really good coach, but Mike Brown has made our offense layered. There's so much different things that you have to stop, and it's going to be a challenge against OKC because you try to pick your matchups, but there's really nobody to
Mike
pick
Brown's
on.
like a top 5 coach in the league. Then
Why not? I mean, he's
I
shown
just
in
love
these
these new
playoffs.
things we're saying now. Like,
So you don't think
no,
Mike
he
Brown's
actually
a
in the
great coach?
playoffs. He was
He's a good
waiting to
coach.
pull shit
You
out.
think he's a great
And
coach?
you know what I noticed? I noticed the other day because I was thinking about
He's a
it.
great coach.
I was
bro.
like,
it's safe to say
Mike
he's a great
Brown.
coach.
He was out the
what
league.
makes somebody a great coach?
Well, I just think what he's done with you know, running the offense through Cat, not being so Jalen Brunson reliant. I just felt like it's unlocked the whole. I mean, ever since the series was 2-2 with Atlanta, the Knicks have beat the hell out of almost everybody. I know the teams aren't like, but they're taking care of business and they're beating the hell out of everybody. I mean, people, y'all think they're sweeping the Cavs, right? That's what I heard a couple of y'all say.
Games, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's the thing. It would be different if the Knicks were barely scraping by.
they blowing
But
teams out.
Since Game 3 against Atlanta, they have been blowing teams out. They're on a 9-game
And they had one of the
streak right
greatest playoff comebacks of all time in Game 1 versus the
They did.
Cavs.
Yeah.
People
Absolutely.
in
They had some
every
moments, bro.
series, people have been picking against the Knicks. People picked against the Knicks in the Atlanta series. People picked against the Knicks in the Philly series because the Sixers
I picked
beat
Knicks over both of them.
the Sixers beat the second seed in the Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
and then we swept them.
They were favored in both those series. The Knicks.
The Knicks,
Yeah.
but I just think it was a popular upset. Of
Like
course the
people,
Knicks will be favored.
people picked them, sure, but it
But
wasn't
it was
like
a
an upset.
popular
It wasn't
upset
like
pick.
the Sixers Celtics upset or
It-
something nuts.
No, but it was a popular upset pick. It was like, you know, the Philly could do
I mean,
it.
I
you know?
did think Philly would be competitive at the very least.
No, I think this is
The sweep is insane.
It's funny
Yeah.
because
like, will we get more respect if we just kick Detroit's ass in the conference finals? Like, I don't know.
true.
If we beat the number 1 seed, no,
Yeah.
we're beating the 4th seed who beat the number 1 seed, so we're not getting the respect.
I think where I'm at with it is I felt like the majority view was like walking into the playoffs, the West is going to be a finals champion, and it was going to be between OKC and the Spurs. We were talking about that's the finals. I think
agree
New
with
York's played great. I don't want to take that away from them, but I don't.
we sound like we're hating.
It does, and unfortunately, that's just going to be life. But you guys have played great. You play awesome. You deserve to be in the finals. You will be in the finals. But nobody you've played has changed my mind on how you're going to match up against OKC. I think that's where I'm at. Which is why I think OKC is going to win.
It's rude, but it's fair.
We just need a stinker from Shea, man, and we got
I think
it.
you can get a stinker and they still win the game.
I mean, they've proven it.
I don't know.
It's been proven.
I mean, he had a stinker game 1. They went to double overtime with the Spurs.
Yeah.
No, and they still should have won.
Yeah.
I think we'd probably guard Shea more one-on-one.
He had a stinker against
Yeah.
the Lakers and they beat him by 40.
Well, the Lakers are.
That Lakers
Knicks are a lot
series, it
better
was
than
fake
Lakers.
stinkers almost
Yeah,
every
like
game. So
this team,
The
like
It's a
thing
deep
with
team.
the OKC, I mean, it would be a dominant run. Like if you do think they take care of business against the Knicks, it would be a dominant run. At this point, people have to get past the point of just trying to nitpick everything OKC does. It was the same way with Golden State. When Golden State won in 2015,
the injuries with the point guards.
Yeah, LeBron ain't have Kevin Love, he ain't have Kyrie. Then they blew the 3-1 lead, and it was very easy to ridicule them as a team. You know, every single run is gonna have an asterisk if you find it, but never have I been alive for an era of fans who just make up stats to try to discredit great players. First, it was Luka with this blow by percentage. Never heard a blow by percentage a day in my life.
Shit, man.
And
Bro got fried.
defensive schemes can be a part of
We
why
watched that game,
somebody
brother.
blows
We
by
wa-
you,
we watched that
because
series.
the Mavericks' defensive game plan was funnel players
I feel
into
like
rim
you have to
protectors.
fix that.
He was getting
Word.
fried, bro.
There's no game plan that says I'm gonna let him blow by me. It's just force him one way, force him the
But
other way.
what counts as a blow by and what doesn't? Certain
also
things
true.
is schematical. You know what I'm saying? So,
Whatever it is, he's the worst. Bro.
but blow by percentage, this was a stat invented out of nowhere to discredit Luka. And then for Shea, it's been fall down percentage.
So people are
The
actually
amount-
counting.
It's
fall down
percent.
percentage is crazy.
17% fall down percentage. The second is James Harden at 11%.
Of course, yeah. I figured he'd be up there.
yeah, honestly, Brunson was up there too.
It's all their
Embiid,
kind.
Embiid.
the foul
I think
haters,
Embiid.
the grifters.
But it's like 17% fall down percentage. Okay, wow. He falls on 2 of it, 10 jump shots. Wow. Like
What am I supposed to do then?
is that's
He's
who
not.
cares?
I don't care what the percentage says. He's not as bad as Harden, bro.
Harden
so
is
bad.
funny as fuck. when he
Harden's
does it, bro.
generational with that shit. Bro.
Harden is. He had the. I don't know if it was this year. He was falling mid shot. He was like at the peak of his shot battle release and starting to fall. I was like, we can't be doing this, bro.
He's just a
comedian.
master
He's a
manipulator.
loser.
Nah,
So Cade's a
James
loser
Harden's
too.
winner.
Huh?
Oh my
Cade's a
God.
loser?
Here we go.
24.
So, but he's
He's
a loser right
24.
now.
24,
He's
yeah.
24, but he's a loser right now.
Jose, man.
Oof.
Okay,
And Luca.
sure.
Oof. Got him.
So I'm gonna keep going.
They're all losers.
Sengun.
They're all losers.
Yeah.
They're all losers. That's what you're telling me.
No, I said Harden. He's at the end of his career. He's a one shit. He's
Yeah,
a
that's true. He is
But he's been in the
36.
playoffs every year of his career.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
he's
winning.
He's a winner in that regard.
He's not the ultimate winner.
There's
I think
levels
is
to
what it
winning.
is. He's not the ultimate winner.
Why? Because Chris Paul got hurt in 2018, and then
Oh,
2021,
my God.
Kyrie got hurt, and he played on a grade 2
Harden
hamstring.
should be sitting on
Kyrie's
at
a
least
winner.
one ring right now. I
Yeah,
think.
like, do you really think that Harden shouldn't have any championships right now?
What the fuck? He doesn't.
No, I'm saying
He should at least
we're
have
not
one.
Doing that. No, we're
I
not
feel-
doing
yo-
he should have. There is no such thing as you should have something.
so. You don't think he should? You don't
No,
think
you're doing it. See,
but
look,
bro.
No.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden, bro. You don't think that if they were all healthy, they don't win that year, bro?
if they're healthy,
Yeah, they win that year. Bro.
They're
That's a
favored
problem.
against
They
the Spurs- the
didn't. They
Suns.
weren't healthy.
Look, as much as we say that
Niggas
20,
lost in the
look,
second
I ain't gonna
round.
lie.
We can't, bro.
In
Unless
seven, to the
unless you're in
championship.
the finals, game 7 or some shit. Because what? The
Hold
Suns
on.
can't upset the Nets.
No, not with KD,
What?
Kyrie, and Harden.
Wait, so
You're
should they-
tripping,
If
bro.
the
No
fucking
way.
Mavericks
Nah,
could
you
beat
tripping.
the Heat, that
Jason,
shit
can
could
I
Nah,
happen.
you tripping,
If
bro.
the-
You
if the-
tripping.
Can I
The
ask you a
Nets
question?
was dominant
Can-
when they was playing. They didn't
can I
lose
ask you
any
a question?
games
I
that
know,
year.
but to act like they can't
The
get
Suns,
upset,
bro. The
crazy.
Suns is crazy, bro.
No,
What
because
happened?
the Suns only got there because the Clippers.
Clippers,
got
I
injured.
agree.
So can the Clippers
And the
say
Suns
that?
was
Do you
up
think the
2 against
Clippers
the
walk
Bucks.
around like we should have a ring in 2021
I've-
because Kawhi went down with injury? No,
They should have
that's-
made the finals.
But that's not how life works. We can't say you should have had something.
That's what I'm
You're a
saying.
grown
Wait.
man.
What do you mean though?
You said
That's
they-
use context to it though.
Yeah, we can use.
You
context
just
to
sat
say-
here and said that they probably could have when they was healthy.
No, but I'm saying they're not.
There's
walking,
a
they're not
hold
walking
on.
around
There's a
saying,
difference.
"Should've."
Hold on. There's a difference between playing ass and not winning and not being healthy and not winning. There's a
sure.
huge. I think 2021 more than anything. 2018. Look, I know they was up 3-2, but that was fucking Warriors, bro. They still could have came back and won that series, even with Chris Paul. 2021 though, like there's just a difference. Kyrie Irving went down. James Harden had that grade 2 hamstring. We know how bad that injury
So
is.
because they went down,
So
he
I
should
think-
have a ring on his finger.
Well,
They should've gave him one?
I think it's like I said, it's a difference. I think they lost. One, because of a fucking global pandemic that happens every fucking 100 years.
everybody
That
got hit
and
with
the
the
injuries. And the injuries.
Yes, injuries. for
If you
sure.
want to say like 2018, like James Harden played bad in game 6 and game 7, that was a more performative
No,
thing.
no,
I
no, no,
agree
no.
with you.
it has nothing to do with his performance. Why are we giving him a should have
No,
ring?
should have. We're not doing should have.
Like, that's what's
No, well,
losing me.
look,
We
that's
got
your
too much
opinion.
respect for
That's my
ourselves.
opinion.
You can't
I think
say he
if
should have had a ring. He can't walk into conversations. Well, I should have had a ring in 2018.
But,
so
look,
I have it.
but you agreed that they would have won in 2021. You just
Yeah,
agreed
but
with
it
me.
didn't
So
happen.
that's our point. That if they were healthy, that they probably would have won that chip. That's our
probably,
point.
But then we don't know because
they should for sure.
Probably would have.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. We should have.
It's not should have. It's probably would have.
Well, you said the Suns was gonna beat us. That's crazy.
No, you guys probably would have beat the Suns.
We would have beat the Suns. We would have beat the Suns, bro. We would have beat the Suns, bro. We would have beat the Suns. You wouldn't have bet no money for the Suns to beat us in that finals. All right, that's the point. All right, then that's what have won it. They was healthy. That's what I'm saying. That year they would have won. 100% they would have won. 100%. They was beating the shit out of. They was beating the shit out of Milwaukee. If they had all three of them, they probably could have swept Milwaukee.
By that logic, that means there could never be any upsets.
What do you mean?
If you're saying they would have beat them, you're saying it's impossible.
But y'all sitting here saying that y'all would not have picked any of those teams to beat the Nets. So y'all agree with us that the Nets should have won.
2011. Who would you have taken, the Heat or Mavs, before the series started?
Oh, the Heat.
Okay, but guess what? The Mavs won.
But the Heat should have won.
That's fine.
Should have won.
That's cool. But we're not gonna compare the Suns and that year versus Dallas that year, bro, beating the fucking Nets, bro.
I'm just saying unlikely.
But we saw the three greatest, the greatest offensive players of a fucking generation on one fucking team, bro.
If everybody was healthy, it would have been Clippers versus Nets.
That would have been that would have been cool.
I'm not giving rings.
He
to
lost
people,
me with the Suns saying that the Suns
it's
probably
not
would
about
have beat
giving rings to people. It's just
we're not giving we're not.
James Harden. It's not. Are you going to argue that James Harden has been unlucky in the playoffs? He's had unfortunate circumstances.
Hold on, Ray. Hold on, Ray.
Some people get lucky.
I'm a level with you. Hold on. I'm a level with you. No, hold on.
Nah, but he got unlucky. I'm a level with him. He got unlucky because his team missed 27 straight threes when they should have just.
No.
Like I said, your own luck, man.
Look, I think if you think that the Warriors would have came back in that series down 3-2, even if Chris Paul would have played, that's a fine take. They were the better team overall. Okay. They were just a better team.
Yes.
I was just arguing that Harden and the Nets just got unlucky that year.
Yes,
that's why they didn't win. It wasn't a performance-based issue because they were 17-1. They were but they were 17-1 when they were playing.
He should be a multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time All-NBA player. He should have been great. Okay, so you can say Grant Hill would have been this if he was healthy, but you can't say the Nets would have been this if they were healthy.
They were the favorites that year, bro. The Nets were the overwhelming favorites to win the title that year.
What does that mean, though?
They were the best team in the league, and they lost because they got hurt. Why can't y'all just say that?
They probably would have won.
Why can't you just say that?
Wait, hold on.
But he acted like we literally literally Harden a ring.
That's not Joel said that. Joel said Harden should have a ring.
I think he should.
I think
that.
So 2021, I agree with him. They probably should have won in 2021.
Just how I think James Harden should have another MVP. He should have won in 2019.
In
2020, first of all,
I wasn't.
First of
all, why they lose?
First of all,
because he got hurt.
Okay.
There's no outright just winner.
Like, what are we doing?
I think there's a difference between being unlucky, partially being injured, versus saying he should have a ring. That's just all I'm saying. He got unlucky. I agree.
That was super unlucky.
He got unlucky for sure.
That was super unlucky, bro.
Bro, what are we?
Bro, that was super
1 year together.
Two of the top three players getting hurt.
James Harden, Cade, and Kyrie Irving played, I think, 16 total games together.
Bro, they played 18 and they were 17-1. They played 18 games. They were 17-1. In the playoffs, they had the best offensive rating in playoff history when they were playing together, bro.
I hear you, bro.
I hear you guys. It would have been the Clippers.
You can make
it would have been the Clippers and the Nets in the finals.
Y'all stuck in your opinion. Can you answer this?
What opinion?
No, y'all stuck in your opinion. Obviously, we're not convincing y'all, so y'all not convincing us. But let me ask you. Hold on, but what you mean that you can't give anybody rings or like
no,
but bro, there's certain things. Like what? Like
you
what
were about
teams?
to say there's certain people we give rings to. You were gonna say that.
Of course.
You were just about to say that.
Give rings to?
No. I say give rings to.
The whole premise of what you're saying though is essentially we can't add context to situations.
No.
Because in 2021, so let me ask you something. If the Nets are healthy in 2021, do they win a championship?
I don't know if they win it. I would say they get to the finals and they play the Clippers. Because if we're adding health for everybody, it would be the Clippers and the Nets. And I thought that would be a banger. I don't know who I'd pick.
Okay, so for me, I think the Nets, if healthy, would have won 2021. So therefore, by that logic, I think James Harden should have a championship.
Wait, does he get to do this? Paul George should have a ring.
How is that stupid if I think they would have won that year if they were healthy?
Because because you like to bring it up in the argument since he should have had this ring. Hold on, Ray,
hold on.
No, I don't treat James Harden like he has a ring, but also I feel like if James Harden did have a championship, all these jokes go away that he not a winner and shit, right?
Yeah.
Right? So you're basing all of the jokes and the slander on Harden off of a year in which They got unlucky. They got hurt.
It's not just that year though.
Because if
No,
I
would y'all on that. It's not just that year.
It's not just that year.
I'm not saying it's not just that year.
It's not just that
He
year.
had a chance to beat Boston. He had a chance to beat Boston and Philly and potentially go to the finals that year, and he fucking choked it again.
He had 15 other years. He had 15 other years.
He had a chance again when he played the Spurs, and he played like shit in Game 7.
Without Kawhi and all. No, I agree with you. 15 years, yo, y'all with me. 15 years, I'm dapping y'all.
If you win a championship, every low light in your career gets erased.
Yes, the jokes definitely don't fly no more.
It's why Dirk Nowitzki, he won a championship in 2011. Nobody cares he lost as the number 1 seed. Nobody cares that Dirk didn't win a championship with Steve Nash. Nobody cares about that.
Dirk also, in the fashion he did it in, would have been different in 2021.
No, of course, but still, you can't call if they would have won in 2021, you wouldn't have been Harden's. You wouldn't have said Harden's a loser. Because you wouldn't.
You can't. It's impossible at that point.
I think Harden is a winning player. He impacts winning basketball.
Joel, I obviously think Harden's a winning player, bro. I do.
So he's not a loser.
No, he's still. He's still because
Joel, there's some stuff you have to concede. If you're not a champion, you're just not. It's just
if you're not a champion, you're not a winner.
Yo, Rip.
It's literally just like
wait, Chris Paul not a winner?
No. It's just like this. I'm gonna answer that in a bit. Charles Barkley be up there with Shaq, Kenny, and all of them. What is their budding jokes?
It'd be Shaq. It'd be Shaq.
Yeah, but they're just joking. And obviously, Harden's a winning player, bro. He's not.
It's just a little trolling.
He's a winner. He made the league. He's made millions.
MVPs.
He's rich in that regard.
Never missed the playoffs.
Top 75.
Never missed the playoffs.
When it comes to a champion, though, loser.
Yo, but wait. But let me ask you that. All right. What year would you have? What year do you think it would be better to make the argument based on 2018 or 2021? If someone could sit down and talk to you like, yo, what year would you be able to say like, yo, Harden probably should have won that year? What year?
2021.
Thank you, right?
Yeah.
For sure, because I know you definitely weren't going to pick the Rockets to beat the Warriors. There was a war that the Warriors could have came back in that series as well. Okay. At least you agreed with us that you thought they would have won that year if they was healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
so Harden should have a ring.
Should have is kind of
essentially. If you think they would have won it, he should have won.
Bro,
fake. If they didn't get hurt, he would have won that year.
If we would have really go back and do the should have thing for the last 75 years, a lot of things would look different.
Let's do it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
a lot of things would look different.
So should Brady have the perfect season because of just this helmet catch bullshit? Like, he should have a perfect season. He should have 8 rings.
Low-key, he should have. Eli Manning threw an interception on the final drive that didn't get caught.
Yeah, who dropped
Brady probably
dropped that
come
pick?
back 28-3. The interception was dropped in that game
who dropped that pick to like kind of close the game for the Patriots? What's his name? The corner in one of the Super Bowls. He
was it Asante Samuel?
Oh my God, Asante Samuel's catches that they win the ring.
Yeah,
I literally was watching. Yeah, there's for sure. You could do that, but
the Seahawks should have won the Super Bowl.
It's not even that though.
The interception against
but there are certain things though. I mean,
it's just a discourse around Harden.
I don't know about all the Nets players, but they were pretty much healthy. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, the Nets weren't healthy.
When I go on Twitter and I see a lot of people acting like there was. I talk to people. I'm not gonna say names. I talk to people that feel as though he could have never been the best player on a championship team. Like I've talked to people that felt that that there's never been one year where you could point to that he would have won the championship, and I completely disagree. I definitely think.
Have I ever said that?
No, I'm talking about.
Okay.
No, well, I don't know. I don't talk to you about Harden like that. So that's between y'all.
Because a lot of the Harden stuff is me throwing a joke in your gut, and he assumes I just think he's terrible. But I just.
But like I said, I disagree. I disagree.
What do you think I have him ranked?
I disagree with both of those takes.
All time.
Lower than he should be.
Where
is he a top 30 player?
I mean, he's. Yeah,
he's
really? Top 30 player all time.
Wow, I didn't think that he had him top 30. I ain't gonna lie.
Is he? Where do you have him ranked? I don't know your list.
Is he better than Allen Iverson? Thank you. Okay. Yes, thank you.
He's way past that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's top 30. I think he's. I'll probably off the top of my head like 26, 27.
Is he? Do you think he's better than Isaiah Thomas?
I think he's a better player.
Okay.
When you talk about all time is different.
He's a better player.
Yeah, like all time. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas got.
Do you think Harden's a better player?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think all these players now are going to be better players than the players before.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
They played in a different era with different rules, different defenses.
I would say, where would Harden rank if we just put guards together? That's
every
better.
guard?
Yes.
Ever?
That's a cooler conversation.
He could be a top 10 guard.
He's the 4th best shooting guard ever. I have MJ, Kobe, Wade above him.
And then we probably have Magic and Steph over him. So
Magic and Steph
he's
over
a top 10 guard ever.
Is Steve Nash over James Harden?
No. I don't think so.
Is Isaiah Thomas over James Harden?
As a player,
Just as a player?
No, I don't think so either.
We're just talking about players.
Is SGA?
Ooh.
SGA will go down better.
For sure.
Harden.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. I mean, he's peaking higher.
Luka?
Yeah.
I think he can. But if Luka doesn't win a championship, no. if Luka doesn't win a
Ant-Man's
championship,
gonna be top 20.
You called him top 20 all time, buddy.
Nah, did he say top 20 or
Yes,
top 20
no,
talent?
he said top 20 all time. He just called himself.
Whoa.
You have to stay on
top
that.
20 talent.
No,
You said
didn't
top-
say
you
talent.
said
No, you didn't
top
say
20
talent.
all
You say
time.
that
He's gonna be
you
top
didn't say
20
he
all
could
time.
potentially be a top 2. You said he's a top 20
He said he's
player.
going to be a top 20
said-
player all
yeah.
time. That's
I
what
mean,
he said.
Ant could definitely finish his career higher than Harden. He has like a decade
Well,
left.
you said no.
No, I mean he could be.
You,
over.
what were
I'm
you
just
about to
saying
say?
right now,
What were you
like,
about
right
to say
now,
about
no.
Luka and Harden? What you was about to say something?
If Luka never wins a championship in his career
He is Harden.
and doesn't win any MVP, then you have to have Harden over Luka all the time.
Whoa,
be-
but I think
yeah.
Luka's substantially a better playoff performer.
He
He is.
definitely is. He plays better in the playoffs.
Regular season numbers are
But
comparable
he might
as
never.
well.
That's
He
who he
might.
is.
He might never
Nah,
win an
Luka's
MVP.
definitely
though.
going to be better than
But
Harden.
I'm saying
though.
that's who he is.
Yeah.
For
Luka
right
James
now,
Harden.
I agree.
He's
Right
got a
now, I
type.
agree.
But Luka might never win an MVP. He might never win a championship.
That
So
shouldn't be nuts if he never wins MVP, bro.
if he doesn't win any of
Oh,
those,
he'll be
two,
the
Yeah, right,
greatest player to
Martians.
never win MVP.
yeah,
Damn.
like,
yeah, like
That would
what's his
be-
case over Harden
yo,
if he
that'd
never
be a
wins
damn
those two?
shame,
that's
bro.
a fact. Yeah,
That would be fucking
That'd be a
crazy.
damn
that'd actually
shame.
be hilarious.
That'd be a damn
No,
shame.
yo,
Yo, no troll. Would it be a shame if Tatum never won MVP?
I'm
Well, he
good.
won't.
Champion.
You good off that?
he won't.
Champ.
Okay.
I'm good.
Never?
Bro,
You think
don't
Tatum never
let us have
won?
this podcast and Luka doesn't have MVP. Loser is getting thrown a lot, bro.
Wow.
You know that MVP and no ring. That's fake
That'd be a
crazy.
shame, bro.
No ring, no MVP.
Luka's
top
too,
three player
Luka
now.
is too good of a
Luka
player
should have
to
won
not
MVP
ring
right now,
or
though,
an
I
MVP,
think.
bro.
Are we
You're
doing
right.
that?
He's
We're
too
doing
good
I
of
think
a
so.
player.
We're doing that.
The year,
Straight
yo,
up.
one of those years, Joker won. I think Luka was the MVP that year.
2023 or 2024?
The year they made the finals, I think Luka was
Oh,
the
no,
MVP.
2024.
34, 9, and 9. I
MVP
think that was
is nuts, 'cause
MVP,
You
bro.
probably have like 5 MVPs in one season now, like going forward.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
probably
the
have that,
competition
yeah.
is
And now
insane.
he's gonna have to try to beat out Wemby every year. And
Bro,
shit,
I'm
bro.
still
They're gonna-
baffled
they're gonna
that-
blaze the shit out of Wemby.
Bro,
Yo,
I'm still
Luka that
baffled
might
that
not ever get one. That's crazy.
I'm still baffled that James Harden lost in 2019, bro. I don't know.
What, the
I don't know.
36 points per game?
Who's that? That was that.
Giannis.
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 Here.
Giannis.
But
And that
Giannis was deep.
Giannis's
He was
back-to-back
decoy,
MVP.
yeah.
Giannis was
That was
DPOY
That was
and
the first of
MVP.
his back-to-back. He won MVP the very next year before the bubble and
Oh,
stuff.
2020?
Yeah. So he won, and Harden averaged 36 that season with like 7 assists
And a
per
lot
game.
of the people in his starting lineup were out
Yeah.
sporadically that
Bro,
year.
The
Chris
Rockets
Paul.
won 54 games. The Bucks won 60 games, and the
I
Bucks
wonder
were healthy.
what was the like voting splits?
Luka didn't get any first place this year, right?
No.
I don't think so.
Damn,
What
bro.
was the voting split between Harden and Giannis?
Fucking
To be
Sure.
honest, I'm not sure, but I think Giannis won pretty comfortably. There's always an agenda.
Hey, that's the
against
two-way
Harden.
though. That's
DPO
versus Wemby.
DPOY.
Yeah, it is a two-way.
Two-way.
But at that time, man, Giannis's
No, I would have
offense.
picked Harden. I would have picked
Yeah,
Harden to win.
I mean, damn, they made a documentary about Giannis that year called "Finding Giannis." and it was like
What
a sob
seed? What
story.
seed did the Rockets for? Right that year.
I think 4, yeah, in
Yeah,
the West.
In
Bucks
the
were
West,
one, I
the
think.
West, bro,
Yeah.
to do that with your lineup, not having your lineup consistently going out and averaging like 40 for a calendar month.
That's
and
the
all
thing,
this.
bro. It's never consistent.
Harden definitely was
The
MVP
Bucks
that year.
won
for
that
me.
year not because Giannis was better, but because the Bucks were the number 1 seed.
Mm.
It's like, oh, they number 1 seed. The Rockets are the 4th seed. We can't give it to a 4th seed.
Giannis was playing great too.
But then, yeah,
Oh,
he
for
was playing
sure, on
great.
both
But
sides.
then other years, it's now we'll give it to the player with the lower seed that's carrying more of a
Like
load and
Jokic.
means more to his team.
Like Jokic.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
Jokic won it.
It's not consistent.
like that too.
It's just
Exactly.
not consistent.
So every year it's just something different. Sometimes the seed
Not
matters.
consistent.
Sometimes it just doesn't. It doesn't. It's not evaluated.
Yo,
like
Riv,
that.
how close are you to just not giving a fuck about MVPs anymore with all the like just how it's just gauged nowadays and how people
My
win it
MVP
and
is
shit?
who I pick.
That yeah, for sure, right?
So if I pick, for example, if I pick that SGA this year and like Wemby won it, that shit wouldn't matter.
We should do that for champion.
Yeah.
My champion's who I pick.
Yeah.
Celtics won this year.
So that's
Like
how-
Steve
that's how
Nash,
it is.
you
No,
thought
he should have won both.
no, but I'm saying you think he was the best player in the league that year.
No.
So you don't associate MVP with the best player.
Doesn't
I'm
always
cool
have
with
to
it.
be
I'm
that
cool
way.
with that. I'm cool with that.
No.
Okay.
Like Nash won.
So
MVP.
who's better? Like
Steph
just that
wasn't the
just
best
that
player in
just
the
those two single. Who's just a better player, Nash or Kobe?
Kobe.
Okay.
Like Steph wasn't the best player in the league. LeBron was.
What year?
Did you see one MVP?
2016.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can argue that, bro.
Nah, LeBron was the best player in the league.
I ain't
But
gonna
Steph
lie,
had the
bro.
best season.
Bro, 400 some odd 373
LeBron was the
fucking
best player
games,
in the
leading the league in scoring and steals.
LeBron was the best.
I'm gonna
player
say
in
Steph Curry had a better regular season.
the league. Yeah, you can have that. You
He
can
was
have that
better. He was a
easily.
better player in the regular season.
No. How?
How wasn't his team
How
won the
was- wait,
most
okay.
games,
Wait,
50,
wait,
40,
so,
90,
hold on. Let me
402
ask you a
threes,
question.
led the league in
Let me
scoring,
ask you a
7
question.
assists,
Okay.
2 steals.
Let me ask you a question.
Like,
Who's better in 2017, Steph or LeBron?
who was a better player? What in the regular season, just overall?
Regular season.
I don't know. I don't remember the numbers, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Who's a better player
Hmm.
in 2018?
LeBron.
Steph was the same player in 2018 as he
Well,
was
so-
in
but-
2016.
but
He
Steph-
just had to score. No, listen.
Steph's-
Steph was the. This is why MVP is weird because you're saying you thought Steph had a better year, so he was the better player.
In 2016, he was
Yes,
a better
but-
regular
but-
season
but-
player.
but-
That's not a
but
hot
yes.
take.
But Steph was in 2016 2016, the same player he was in 2017 and 2018. The only reason
The
only reason you're picking him is because yes, Kevin Durant got there. He didn't have to do as much.
So Curry's numbers didn't scale down when KD got there.
A little bit, but if he was the same player in 2016 as it was in 2018. You should pick the same
2016 Curry in the regular season was comfortably better than those two
had
regular
to be.
seasons. That's what I'm saying.
But
that's why he deserved the
my point is,
MVP.
he's the same player. You're picking the same
But
player.
I'm not saying that he's better than. I'm saying that he was better than LeBron in 2016 regular season. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying he's the better player in the regular season. That's it. That's all I said.
But I'm saying that's the same.
And in the
player.
playoffs,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same player. So
but he averaged 30 in 2016.
Bro, he led the league in scoring and steals, 402 threes.
Steal shit I don't care about.
No, but I'm saying he led like 402 threes, 45% from the fucking three. Like we never saw a fucking season like that.
I agree. That's why.
LeBron averaged 25 that regular season. LeBron was, and I'm not saying that but LeBron's regular season versus LeBron and Curry in 2016, Curry was clearly the better regular season player. That's what I'm saying.
Who was a better player?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's a better player? Who's the best player in the league? It was LeBron.
Oh, okay. That's why I asked you the Kobe and the Steve Nash thing. If you thought Steve Nash,
no, but when I asked you, you said no.
No, I said Curry was the better player in the regular season.
That's
what he did say.
I did say that. Like you trying to do mental gymnastics. I'm gonna tell you what I'm. Steph Curry was the better player in the regular season. Won MVP.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, LeBron was definitely the better player.
And you don't think so? You think
in totality?
So what Rivers saying is that even though Curry won an MVP in the regular season in 2016,
can
LeBron
I
was
ask
still
you
the better
something?
player.
So who do you think was a better regular season player that year, Curry or LeBron?
I think Curry had a better regular season.
So he's a better regular season player.
I think LeBron's a better player. I don't even know what that means.
You don't think he was a better regular season player?
I mean, I guess because he won MVP.
He had
basically. What
so
you're
you agree with what I'm saying?
Sure.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the mental gymnastics is for.
Rivers essentially saying that it don't matter that Steph won MVP. LeBron was the better player regardless.
My question.
I was never gonna pick Curry over LeBron. I was just talking about in that regular season, Curry was the better regular season player. That's all I said.
Okay, so
yeah, we agree. I don't even know why we doing all this back and forth.
Y'all agree?
Because I said 2016 he was the same player for the next 3 years.
Nah, 2016 he was clearly a better regular season than in 2017 and 2018.
What was different?
The production, everything, the 3-point percentage, everything, the scoring.
The percentage was the same.
The scoring, the 3-point percentage. You had to add another top.
No, the system wasn't.
You added another top 3 player.
Yeah, they
that's what I'm saying. His statistics got scaled down.
His field goal attempts.
What was LeBron's stats in 2016 for the regular season, bro?
So because his field goal attempts went down, he was different.
Well, you had to share the ball with Kevin Durant.
So he wasn't different. It's just he didn't have to do as much. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, LeBron averaged 25, 7, and 7.
And what Curry was what, 36 and 7?
Yeah, Curry averaged
30.
He averaged 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, and 2 steals.
With 50, 40, 90.
Yes. He won MVP.
Yeah, I agree. He was the better player in the regular season. The right player won that year. The better regular season player won that year.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what
that's all I said.
About. No, it's funny.
No, because it's weird. That's why. It's very weird.
Now,
because Kobe didn't win MVP, but Kobe was the better player.
You could argue Kobe was the better regular season player than Nash those years, right? 36 a game, first team all defense, both sides of the ball. I would take Kobe.
So now
I would take Kobe.
Steve Nash
I would take Kobe's a better player than him. I would take Kobe over him.
So you think Kobe should have won that MVP?
No, you can't because his team was trash, bro.
Steve Nash's team was trash, but he didn't play.
Who's the only player that won an MVP whose team was garbage? Kareem, right?
Well,
when his team absolutely didn't make it.
Well, Russell Westbrook won
you gotta say you at least gotta.
The Lakers made the playoffs.
Yeah, but they did, right? But they was an 8th seed, 8th or 7th seed.
They lost 3-1 to the Suns.
They choked. No, they lost in 7.
Yeah, I'm saying they blew a 3-1.
But we argue different because I think Steph Curry was the better regular season player than LeBron. I think Kobe was better than Steve Nash both those years in the regular season, just from a player standpoint on both sides of the ball.
Like the point
so you think he should have been MVP though?
You like the
no, because I told Riv, and I agree with what Riv said. Just because you MVP don't mean you the best player. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I agree with that.
You like points more. That's why you thought Kobe.
I like just two-way play too.
Kobe didn't play defense that year.
Kobe was a way better defender than Steve Nash, bro. Come on, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro?
No, Kobe didn't play defense that year though.
What did Steve Nash play?
I didn't say he did, but that two-way shit is dead if he didn't play defense.
How did he play defense? He made all defensive team.
He
made all defensive team, bro. Like, so he was a cone. So you saying he's a cone?
JC, what I want you to do is.
So you saying he's a cone?
JC, go back and look at that year and watch Kobe. He was not playing defense that year.
Watch that year.
He got an all defense team because his name is Kobe Bean Bryant. That's why.
So we not saying he's not a better defender than Steve Nash, then?
That's not what I said.
Okay.
No, he was.
Okay. we comparing them two, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Just that year?
Yeah, Kobe was better on both sides.
I think he was averaging 37 a game and really locking shit down every day. Like,
I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was really locking. I don't know if he was locking.
We got to be serious at some point in life.
But he wasn't a bad defender.
I mean, if he was, that's why he's incredible.
Steve Nash is a bad defender.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, how many years do you think Kobe was the best player in the league?
Oh my God, he's gonna throw me into this. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound like a hot take. This is just my opinion. I think Kobe was the best player in the league from 05 to 2010.
So a 5-year span.
5-year span. If Riv wants to say D Wade in 06 for what he did, I could hear it. I'm not no, because we had that debate before where you said that you felt as if though D Wade was the best player in 06. I can't really debate you on that. But I feel like at least for like 5 years he was the best player in the league for me at least.
So you think that 07 LeBron takes the Cavs to the finals, Kobe's still better than him?
I think Kobe was a better player than him, yeah.
How come?
In 07?
Yeah.
Well, for starters, I mean, my argument's going to tie into next year, but LeBron kind of performed really bad against that San Antonio Spurs team, and he just had a lot of deficiencies as a player. He couldn't shoot. That was the game plan. He couldn't shoot in that finals. He was historically bad from the field goal percentage as well. And the level of competition, I felt as though Kobe was just performing better against higher level competition in his conference. I mean, the next year in 08, they beat the Spurs in 5 games, and Kobe had averaged like almost 30 points per game, and he was clearly the better player than LeBron James against that same defending champion Spurs team. And I just felt as though Kobe was more I just felt like Kobe was just better on both sides of the ball than LeBron. That was a really raw version of LeBron. Like, I know he had that performance against the Pistons. Wallace didn't play that game. Ben Wallace wasn't even in that series, I don't think, right? Am I tripping, or did Ben Wallace play that?
Telling me
yeah,
right
I don't know. If I remember correctly, I don't think he played in that series. But 05, I mean, what Kobe was doing as a scorer.
Who didn't play in the series?
Ben Wallace didn't play in that series where LeBron had 25 straight points, right?
I think it was either Ben or Rasheed.
Yeah, Ben Wallace did not play in this.
He didn't play in that series.
That's why he did that shit. That's why that shit overrated as fuck.
Just fake.
No, that's how you really feel. You trolling.
I'm dead serious.
Okay.
A lot of
People get
a lot of LeBron's backpacking runs are overrated as fuck.
Like which runs?
Like that shit where Drew tried to tell me about Victor Oladipo and DeMar DeRozan and shit and Terry Rozier.
So you think 2018 was an overrated LeBron?
I think it's overrated in the sense of the competition. Like let's please stop acting like he played anybody.
He fucking rookie Tatum.
Yeah, like he beat Terry Rozier.
So wait. So okay, yo, let me throw you. So he went to 2 Game 7s in the East. Would you consider that playing nobody if he faced 2 Game 7s on the way to the finals?
Is that him just being weak that they forced him to 7?
Yeah, who was the 2 Game 7s?
It was Indiana in the first round and the Celtics. In the Celtics. How good was but how good was LeBron's team?
Yeah, they were weak.
It was ass.
How good was Indiana? Okay.
They was good enough to go to 7 games with them in two separate occasions in the Eastern Conference. I just don't know that you. I just don't know how you. Yeah, like I just don't know how you could say someone going to 7 games 2 times in a playoff run. I just know you could call that like weak as fuck. Like I don't know about that one.
Well, isn't it more impressive if they go and they sweep?
Well, do you think it's weak the fact that they had to go to 7 with the Pacers and the Celtics that had a rookie Tatum?
I don't think that Cavs team was that good.
It wasn't. You couldn't have thought that Indiana team was that good.
That team was trash.
How many games do you think Indiana won that year?
They were the 5th seed that year.
That's how many games you think they won?
I want to say like 55.
Oh hell,
wow!
That shit gonna be like
no,
40.
Stay there.
55.
Like
okay,
47.
Let me
maybe.
see.
Stay there and don't move. What year was that?
55.
17,
nuts.
18.
Dude, you're hilarious.
How much it win?
42.
I'm coking it. I'm bugging.
That's essentially like a mid-8 seed team.
No, I'm sorry, 48. I was looking at the wrong year. 48.
And then what were the Cavs? 50?
I'm gonna look at the year in totality.
So the Pacers were close to a 50-win team. That's
2017, 2018, right? That's the year?
Yes.
Yeah, that year?
You could honestly just look at the Cavaliers that year.
They won 50 games.
There were 2 games separated, right?
Yeah, the Cavs won 50 games. Yeah, dude.
How many games?
Raptors were the first seed, bro, with DeMar DeRozan.
Oh no, we're not talking about. They swept them. Like,
I'm not saying, like,
but I'm just saying they go to 7 games twice.
I mean, like that's good.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't like.
But that kind of shows how the run might have been overrated because the Cavaliers went to 7 twice against teams that really aren't that good.
Yeah, but we all agree that the team around LeBron wasn't that good either.
We speak and we should about LeBron's performance. It's exceptional. We can also acknowledge that the teams he played weren't that good.
Like if you want to say 07, it was like an overrated run.
Well, the 07 run is essentially modernized 2018.
But
the 07 run, he beat in the first round the Wizards, right?
The Detroit Pistons were a better team than any team he played in 2018.
But they didn't have Ben Wallace.
And they're still better than Indiana and Toronto.
The Cavaliers in 07, they beat the Wizards in the first round, who were 41-41. They beat the Nets in the second round, who were 41-41.
They were 1 seed, so they got the benefit.
And then they beat the Pistons in the conference finals, and Ben Wallace didn't play. They beat them in 6 games.
Funny enough, 2018,
and
the 8th seed was the Washington Wizards.
Go 2018 real quick. What was 2018 looking like? I don't know. I would say 2018 is better, just giving off the strength that they went 7 games to get to the finals twice. I would just say that's a better run than 07, though.
Yeah, 2017, 2018, they beat the Pacers in 7. They beat the Raptors
in
4. They swept them. The Raptors won 59 games that year.
They swept them.
And then the Celtics, they beat them in 7. And
weren't the
they won
Celtics up
55.
3-2 in that series at one point too?
Yeah, that's when
They were
game
up
6
3-2 in that
LeBron
series.
went crazy.
Babies.
Yeah.
And no Kyrie Irving. The Celtics
No
probably win
Gordon-
that series.
no
if
Oh, Kyrie
Irving
plays. I agree.
Don't
Kyrie
go to
plays, they
Hayward
win.
either.
You're
He's
right.
on that team too. Like,
Yeah.
Brad Stevens out there just working magic.
I'll be honest, like
I'm not gonna sit here and say like that's like the best run, but I don't think that one's like completely trash. Like,
But that's why you said that
trash.
you think LeBron's carry jobs 07, 2018 are overrated.
they are overrated. It's because of the opponents they played. He doesn't-
I agree with
and
2007.
it's not his fault. You got to play who you play. But
Discrediting the 25 straight against Detroit is fake crazy.
nah, that shit was OD.
Their best defensive
You think
player was
Wallace?
out.
You think if Ben Wallace did that shit happen?
Either way, bro. Like, one dude dropping 25.
No, it's
is
nuts.
crazy.
I'm not
The best rim protector in basketball is there. We don't know if that's
I don't
happening.
wanna sound like I'm,
Nah,
trying
that-
to kill that game because that's still you have to do it.
Yeah.
That's still awesome.
You're just saying like the run in
yeah,
general.
it's the
like
totality.
he carried a bum team, but the competition
Yeah,
wasn't
I mean,
that
you
good.
saw in the finals, the Spurs waxed them. It wasn't even close.
I mean, the Warriors waxed them too.
yeah, like you see the difference. Like you go to the finals, it's like, oh my god.
Yo, but that finals was fake competitive. You look at the final box
Like for
scores and
example,
every
everything.
game. LeBron
if the
shooting
07
shit.
Cavs were in the
That's why I
Western
say he was a better
Conference,
than Kobe that year.
Probably
are they a
don't make it
first round exit?
Huh?
If the 07 Cavs are in the West, are they a
they're
first
not
round
even
exit?
the first seed.
Yeah, no. What seed are they?
That's the
The
thing. You gotta
07
get that.
Yeah, if the 07 Cavs were in the West,
Yo,
did
bro.
they even make it out the first round?
If the 2018 Cavs
Dog,
were in the West,
They're not getting. They're not in the finals.
Dude,
Hell no.
what did they 8 seed maybe in the West?
I don't
17?
know
Well, they
that
won
for-
50
what,
games, you said?
2018?
You gotta leave me the rest of the
They're
Western
probably
Conference.
they're a lower seed. They're
Yeah,
probably
They
so-
definitely not getting
six
home
seed
court in the
maybe?
first round.
The Cavs won 50 games in 17, 18.
Oh my gosh.
It's not even no
What was
slight
that in the
sort on
West, bro, in the
LeBron, but
West?
You know how this shit they're gonna take it like we hating on Braun.
Let me see. Standings.
I think 2018 is better than 2007. I think LeBron was the better player, like just a more complete
Yeah,
player,
for
and I
sure.
felt like
Okay, so
He
that
went
year
to
in the
17.
West was not that tough. So you had the Rockets 65 wins, you had the Warriors 58
Mhm.
wins, then you had the Blazers 49 wins as a third
Mhm.
team.
what year is this?
This is 17, 18. So the Cavaliers would have been the third seed in the Western Conference.
Oh, I thought
Well, no,
said-
you got to nuke it because they will have to play more West teams.
Yeah, you're right, but I don't want to
yeah,
go
yeah,
into that
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So essentially, the Cavaliers would have faced the Pelicans that year with Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday,
Oh,
Rondo.
I thought he was talking about 07.
No,
07.
we
the
can
07
look at
team.
07 too.
That's
okay.
why I said that it would be like
In
a 7th or
07
8th seed in 07.
In 07 they won
50 games, right?
They won 50 games
I don't
exactly.
know where that is at in the West at that time, bro.
In the Western Conference, they would have been the 6th seed.
Yes.
They
would've
the
won.
They
Nuggets
play.
the Nuggets won 45 games that year, so they would have been a 6th seed. They would have played the Spurs in the first round.
Oh, they're done.
Yeah.
That's a walkthrough. They'd have been sick too.
So they would have lost in the first round if they were in the Western Conference. That 07 Cavs.
For sure.
Yeah, and LeBron's great. He played great. He
Oh,
should've
he was
played
amazing.
great.
He was amazing.
This is no slout
He's
to him. It's
incredible.
just like we could be honest about
Still
the
got
run.
the run.
Yeah, we
still-
could be honest.
It wasn't
about
the best
like,
run
In
you've ever-
2018, they probably lose in the second round to the Rockets or Warriors.
Yeah, like you
In
know
the
what I'm
West
saying?
in 2018.
Yeah, we could be honest.
I think
about
they
those
get
runs.
past the Pelicans though
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah.
first round.
We can be honest about them shits though. Like I like 2012 better.
What was the last impressive
The
championship
2012 run.
run?
I like his 2012
22?
run. Bro.
In the East?
In
The-
the East,
with
yeah.
the- with
the
the
last
when they played the Pacers.
Pacers,
and shit. Yeah, I
Bulls.
like that run.
the last impressive championship run. Was
Kawhi?
it 2022,
No, Kawhi.
2019,
2022 was pretty impressive.
22.
We played some good teams.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think
one.
Steph's-
Was
How
it like
about
one out of
Kawhi?
every 5
19 was
champions
good.
are actually
Steph
impressive?
probably has the least amount of asterisks in his
Yeah.
run over the last like 6 years.
No, that's a fact.
Because you had the bubble to 2020, 2021, you had the injuries.
Tatum had a wrist
The
injury.
2022 is just Memphis. Ja got hurt.
2023, Jokic ain't beat a 50-win team.
I'm
2024
screaming at that.
was
though. Celtics.
Celtics. You guys had a historically weak run.
Yeah, but then the finals, he played
Statistically.
Luka and smoked him.
Exactly. And then last year, OKC, Hallie gets injured. and
Steph
gets
shit is just he didn't have an overwhelming team, so it felt like he was playing
what
teams that.
So
were
what
in
we
his
saying the
level.
last two best runs were Steph and Kawhi?
Yeah, 22
Probably,
and
yeah.
19.
So, JC, you think that from 2008 to 2010, Kobe Bryant, when he went to 3 straight finals, was the best player in the world?
Those are his time.
Because those are the
I
years that
mean-
people say LeBron was better because he won MVPs.
I mean, yeah, I mean, this is pretty much that's just my opinion on it. You know, people want to say that if MVPs move you and, you know, Kobe Bryant performing and beating the teams that he couldn't get through. I'm not saying LeBron's team was that good, but they were 60-win teams and they were favored, especially against Orlando. They were favored in that series to go to play the Lakers into the finals. But I just felt Kobe was just facing tougher competition. The Western Conference was a gauntlet, and he was going through legit gauntlet teams. He had a dynasty in the Spurs in his way to get to each of the finals, and he performed great against the teams that, you know, LeBron lost to. But LeBron also did perform great. But I mean, I felt like even if we talk basketball like now, like if SGA wins a championship, he's probably gonna be the best player. So why doesn't that same logic apply to Kobe Bryant? But Kobe Bryant faced tougher competition getting to the finals and beating the teams that LeBron and his teams didn't get by. I don't get the logic with that. And then from 05 to 07, I just think Kobe was a more complete basketball player than LeBron. I think LeBron obviously wasn't a finished product. We saw how the Spurs guarded him in 2007. They were going under every ball screen.
Even 2011, how they guarded him in the finals. They guarded him in
2011. But 2011 and also when I think that LeBron took the torch. 2011 was kind of a tough year.
D-Wade was better than him.
In 2011? Yo, D-Wade averaged more points in the playoff run. I literally saw this. Yo, was Kevin Durant better than him?
The finals probably brought that down a lot.
Yo, was Kevin Durant better than him?
Who?
In 2000, somebody told me that Kevin Durant was better than LeBron in 2011.
No, he wasn't.
No, somebody told me. Yo, somebody told me Kevin Durant was better than LeBron in 2011 because he performed better. He performed better against the Dallas team.
So that's why you think
I don't be liking that conversation.
That's what they were saying.
Yeah.
No, I think
so. That's why you think it's crazy that people say that like.
I mean,
people say that Kobe Bryant, there was never a year in the league where he was the best player.
If look, you can't change somebody's opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm just trying to shed light as to why I thought there was an argument for Kobe Bryant to be the best. But to say that there wasn't an argument for him, like at any point of his career, like Nick Wright is saying, I feel like that's just completely disingenuous. That's just completely disingenuous.
The fuck out of Stephen A. Smith.
Nick Wright just hates on Tatum too
Yo,
much.
Riv.
I think I seen that.
Who we was talking about it in Korean barbecue today. You said from 05 to 08 that you thought Kobe was better than LeBron, right? Yeah. And in 2009, 2010, it was like somebody on the pod agrees. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not far fetched.
Yeah,
it was a debate, bro. It was a real debate. It was dead ass a real debate.
Outside of Braun and
05, 08.
Fuck, I'm trying to think.
05, 08, dude, I was barely fucking alive.
You wasn't watching ball,
I wasn't
right?
locked in like that. No.
Okay.
I don't know what the conversation was in the 70s or 60s, but I think MJ and LeBron are the only ones where it was definitively they've been known as the best player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That I agree with.
In the 80s, Magic and Bird, you went back and forth. Even then, they actually brought in MJ in those conversations too. Like, nah, this nigga nice, he's the best. 90s was MJ. For those 2 years, you had Akeem when MJ wasn't in the league. Early 2000s, Shaq. You had from 1999 or 98 to about 2004, Shaq was undisputed best player in the world. Then 05 to 08, you get the Kobe conversation, but I feel like 09 is where LeBron's like creeping in and it's a back and forth. Because I remember ESPN, like I remember Sports Fan, and they used to try to punch like LeBron, Kobe, we're gonna get the finals where they play.
We were supposed
to.
That
was the thing, and then they lost to Orlando, and Dwight Howard snuck his way in there, but. Yeah, LeBron from like I want to say definitively like 2012.
I would say 2011.
I feel like that's when it really people more started to sway that way. But I feel like 2012 was really the year where like LeBron.
So how you feel about from 2011 to 2020 was LeBron the best player from in basketball for a 9 year
2012 to 2020. Yes.
So in 2011, who you think would be the best?
I think it was LeBron and Kobe. I think
2011, really?
Yeah. I think Kobe was kind of teetering at the end of the conversation.
Really?
LeBron
would give it to LeBron
pushing
at that point.
his way. At the head of the conversation, it was still like a thought to some people, but 2012 was like definitively like.
Oh, for sure, yeah. That's when he won
because remember
the MVP.
The meltdown was in 11, so people started to go back like, wait a minute, like he still can't show up in the big moments, yada yada yada, no jumper. So it was
and he came back just way more complete. And just his game was just, I mean,
shout out to Kobe.
So last episode, I had this polymarket graphic put up that my portfolio was at $141. So since that point, I'm at $87. So I've dropped significantly because I've lost my back-to-back picks against the Spurs. Game 2, last time on the podcast, I said I'm gonna wait until the Spurs are up at some point, and they didn't get up. Then game 3, I put my money on the Spurs. They were up 15. I'm thinking, oh, this is about to be a waxing.
Did you see what the cash out was at that point or not?
No, I didn't. I should have though. Yeah. I didn't see what the cash out was at that point. I just kind of let it ride.
Ooh, Cleveland's favored now.
Oh, wow. Okay, today Cleveland's favorite?
56%.
Okay, so JC's been using polymarket too recently. So you put money on the Cavaliers for game 3 at what percentage?
Well, game. What do you
this
mean,
game today, like today.
Oh no, I haven't bet today.
Oh,
I was waiting for the
game 1. You did?
I did game 1.
What percent were they at?
Yo, they were at like a 29 or 30% chance, and to win game 1 against the Knicks, I was like, "What, dude? I'm gonna put money." So I put like $60, and the return was like literally almost $300, and we know how the game finished.
Yeah. So right now, what's your portfolio at on polymarket?
Right now, I think I only got like 50. Man, I've been
$50.
I think I'm
you
gonna use that 50.
With what?
Well, like my last bet, I had like 150.
No, I'm saying like your portfolio. What did you start at? Like the number versus what
did you like
now?
deposit when you?
Oh, like my first ever deposit,
Yeah.
I did $50.
Okay.
$50 deposit,
So
and then the PAS code got me like 70.
Yeah,
Oh,
$70.
shout out.
PS26. Now there's a new offer.
PS26.
You deposit $20.
It's fire, bro. It's fire. I've won more in 3 days than I ever did in FanDuel, bro. No cap. No cap. Like,
so you put $20. Now we have a new offer with our code PS26. You put $20, you get $50. So right now my goal is to bring this portfolio up. I think what's hurt me is that game 2, I didn't put any money on the Knicks because they were so heavily favored that I don't even think it was worth it. And I'm not about to put money on the Cavaliers. Yeah, it's just not, it's just not going to happen. So I don't know how I'm going to go about this because in the NBA finals, I don't know if I could bring myself to even putting money on the Spurs or OKC, but the Knicks are probably going to be underdogs in each of those games.
You're going to have a chance to come up.
Yes. So I'll probably just put like all my money on there. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, tonight you got a good chance. Looks like the Knicks are under 50%.
45%.
Yeah. You know, I think on the show right now, I actually will do that. The fact that you guys told me that the Knicks they're 45% chance to win on polymarket. I have $87 available to me. I'm not going to use up all of it. I'm going to use $20 to win $43.
I like that.
And I'm going to put in this order, and I bought New York Knicks for tonight. Now, you guys will see if I win or I lose. I might cash out depending on how the game is going, but we'll see how it goes. I want to end this podcast with a simple, fun game to play.
Nice.
It is NBA playoff risers and fallers. So it's essentially, did these players improve their perception after the playoffs? Some players might still be playing. The player that's still playing is Donovan Mitchell.
Definitely lowered it. He's due for money this summer. I don't think Cavs are going to give him $7 million. He's nearing 30, or I think he's probably going to be 30, but he's getting to that age. Small guard. Looks like he is losing his athleticism and his explosiveness. Kind of lost his playmaking touch. I don't know what's been going on with that. So I would say he's still, to me, a top 20 player in the league. I think that's a fact. Where I have him ranked in the number, I gotta, after the season, got to do this whole thing where I got to figure out where he's gonna get dropped or whatever it is. But he's definitely dropped lower because you walking in this year, he's probably top 15 fact. After the regular season he was probably getting closer to the top 10. And then in the playoffs, he just completely crumbled. He still has those moments he gives you where you have the 40 ball
points
against Detroit, and then you had the 230 balls to start the playoffs against Toronto. He can still give you those, but they aren't as consistent as you want them to be.
Yeah, I think that's the issue, just consistency this playoff run. Donovan Mitchell in the past had been one of the biggest playoff risers, when it comes just to production output. But yeah, he struggled. He struggled in round 1. He struggled in round 2, even though he had those blow-up games. We talked about it a bit earlier. Scottie Barnes and him is a real conversation, and that was not really something I thought I would say even a month ago or 2 months ago. So he definitely fell.
Yeah, I definitely think it's lowered for sure. I mean, he doesn't look as dominant in the playoffs as he has in the past with Utah or even with Cleveland. He's an undersized guard, like Riv says, and you need to have like a certain type. You just need to have like a special ability, a special trait, like a Steph Curry, whatever the case may be, to do that. But like I said, I see the decline at athleticism. I see the decline in that, and I don't know. I wouldn't allocate $70 million to somebody that I really don't feel like he could be the best player on my championship team.
Cade Cunningham.
I think it went up.
As of today, he hasn't risen any more than what he did a month ago.
I think it went up.
But he's rise. I think he's a top 12 player in the league. I think you can argue top 10. I think, he has traits that you want in a guard to win a championship. He has traits. He can guard the best player. He's a great playmaker. He can score the ball. He has a mid-range. You saw his three-point shot be really good 40%. In the playoffs. Yeah, so his problems are just the turnovers and the inconsistencies as an offensive player in terms of scoring. Mm-hmm. But I do think he has the leadership. He has the moxie. He gives you that effort. He played, he played like shit, really like shit, and had no energy for one game out of the 14 games in the playoffs. That was a game 7. But I think he's definitely risen. He's the guy who has all the abilities to lead a team to the championship. You just have to get the pieces around.
Yeah, he's risen. I mean, people were going to ridicule the Game 7 performance. I get it. Most important game of the playoffs, but not the only important game of the playoffs. Game 6s were super important. The Game 7 versus Orlando was super important. Going up 2-0 against Cleveland, all of it was important. The turnovers are the biggest issue we have right now with Cade Cunningham, but like we talked about earlier in this episode, the offensive load that is getting put on this guy at like 24 years old to be the number 1 seed this year, to go into the playoffs and more often than not show up and look like the best player on the court, he rose for me.
Jalen Duren.
Oh, God. Fell.
I guess he fell, but he didn't rise for me.
He was an All-NBA performer, arguably, in the regular season.
Where he was at the end of the regular season versus where he is today definitely fell.
He's a weird guy because even last year for me, he kept rising, falling for me throughout the year. And I felt like this year, all right, let me see what I can get from him. He was great. I was like, all right, he rose a little bit because I see the potential. Playoffs completely dropped. I would say definitely lower now at this point. I mean, I don't know where we're going to have him ranked, but it's probably going to be really, really low.
Yeah, I mean, he lost a good amount of money. He was,
Yeah, sure.
I mean, there was games where he was benched. There was games where it felt like he was unplayable. And it made no sense because this was his most complete season. You know, the last month of the year without Cade, he looked very comfortable offensively. And this is a team that needs offensive production. It's Tobias Harris self-creating, and Duran showed that he could do some of it. We just didn't see in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he's definitely dropped. I mean, if you look at the regular season production, the points and the rebounds, I mean, he was getting more minutes in the playoffs, and his production just completely dropped. And I'm drawing a blank. Who was the backup center for Detroit? I always forget his name. Yeah, Paul Reed. Paul Reed was having better moments in the playoffs for sure. He was having better moments. Defensively, Jalen Duran wasn't too consistent defensively, and it was just really hard to kind of just find like a positive impact that he had on the game. And I don't know if I would allocate a lot of money to someone that has shown me that he cannot be a playoff riser. I mean, the Pistons really need him. If they get Jalen Duran from the regular season, they're probably sitting in the conference finals right now.
Neutral.
They're sitting in the conference finals playing with the Knicks right now. So.
This is not hyperbole. Jalen Duran lost $100 million this playoff
for
run.
some Dennis Schroeder shit.
He lost a ton of money.
Brutal.
Did this player rise or fall, Jaylen Brown?
For me, no, he didn't. Neither.
Neutral.
Because I felt like the deficiencies that I've spoken about with Jaylen Brown were still noticeable. He just, was able to score at a high clip. The one thing I was impressed with was he maintained efficiency while scoring at a higher clip. I think that's really important, especially with the load he was given. But for the most part, he still felt like the same player, high volume scorer. The defense, when it's me and Dels used to joke about it. It seems like he knows when it's a primetime game, and when he knows it's a primetime game, he shows up on defense, and that's because that's the game they're going to talk about for like the next 2 or 3 weeks until there's another primetime game. You're not going to worry about that game against the Washington Wizards on a Tuesday night or the Charlotte Hornets on the Thursday night, but let it be that Friday night, and it's ESPN, and you're playing OKC.
Or Minnesota.
Jaylen Brown to get up for that one. So I think for me, he's still a neutral.
This is just playoffs, like not including the regular season.
Yeah, just like based on the playoffs, did they rise or fall?
Playoffs alone, I don't think it's either way. Regular season involved, I think it's a plus just because he showed he was the number one. Like Riv said, he upped the scoring while having the efficiency be there. So the playmaking was better this year. But when it comes to just the playoffs, I think neutral. You, of course, want the Game 7 so bad because Tatum goes down. You feel like, all right, I've done this all year. Let me just do it one more time. And he really struggled in the first half. But in the second half, he came alive. He had some big shots in the fourth, but also missed like his last 3 or 4 shots that could have gave us the game. So I don't think you can look at just that one game and say he fell because overall, I still think the playoffs are fine.
So we have 3 more names in the East and we have names in the West. We'll speed run these.
Okay.
Scottie Barnes.
Rose. It's a
Rose
borderline.
A
It's like a top 15 guy he's flirting with.
He's top 20 to me.
Jalen Johnson.
Neutral.
Yeah, he was basically the same guy. Like you talked about Jaylen Brown, where the same questions you had. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I would say lower.
Lower because
I'm a little lower on Jalen Johnson.
Coming into the playoffs, was there like a conversation? Maybe this guy could be the franchise star.
For me, I never felt like he had those skills because in the half court in the regular season, his handle felt weak. His shooting was still not sticking. I feel like he's a transition merchant, and I think he's a really good player. It didn't feel like this playoffs was going to be his waking up party.
Mm-hmm. Felt like more of like the CJ McCollum show for the Hawks than it was for him, for sure. So
I don't know, but that shit kind of weak. I'd be sick.
Next player, Paolo Banchero.
Neutral, because I feel like he does this every year. He struggles in the regular season, but then playoff time, here comes playoff Paolo. But I feel like this year you saw a lot more inconsistency. It was a long series. Granted, that's a defense that kind of just let him play one-on-one and then started to throw a couple different looks at him. And I thought his playmaking, his processing was really big in that series. I just thought the scoring wasn't as consistent as you wanted to be. Mm-hmm. But it was neutral to me. Because the turnovers also were a little funky for him, but neutral.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be the super efficient scorer. I think you're still going to have frustrations with Paolo just because he doesn't always play true to his size. But in a 7-game series, there were games him and Cade went head to head. Like he was able to match what Cade was doing, who is a top 10-ish guy in the league right now. So overall, I feel good about Paolo.
Now the Western Conference, Jamal Murray.
Neutral. Nothing has changed for me from him.
It felt more like a Jokic issue than a Jamal Murray issue, probably.
I would say neutral. I would say a notch below, like neutral. I was definitely a little like I wasn't completely impressed with the playoff performance. Not that Jamal Murray's not a good playoff player because he usually is, but I just thought that Jaden McDaniels was just really able to just completely neutralize him this entire series. So I got to feel a little lower for that, especially if that's going to be the core they're going to try to go with to win another championship in Denver.
It's a brutal matchup. Like we've
terrible,
seen in the past.
and you're going to be running up against
struggles against just the length of Jaden McDaniels, and then I mean we haven't seen Jokic play this poorly and this inefficiently, and that's just going to make things more difficult for him.
Yep.
Amen Thompson.
I thought he played well in the playoffs towards the end, especially in their wins. It still feels neutral because I still feel like he has ways to go as a player, but you do feel like the confidence for him is there and the aggressiveness is there. But I do think it's neutral.
I don't think it could be. I don't know. I don't want to keep saying the same thing, but like I didn't see anything in the playoffs that made me feel better or worse about Amen Thompson.
Sounds like neutral.
So it is neutral. It's just maybe it's different for Paulo because I was thinking it's the same thing, and I said it was still neutral for him. Amen Thompson, we know what the issues are when it comes to his game offensively, and he's just put in a really tough position this year, especially when KD goes down in the playoffs, and all of a sudden you have one less ball handler, and more is put on his load offensively. So I feel fine about Amen. I don't feel any worse than I did previously, but I don't feel better either.
Now, what about Operation Shangun?
He was okay.
He
I feel like he started the
had some
I
good
thought
games.
the start of the series slow.
It's hard because you're probably never going to be able to win. Like we talk about the Joker and his defense and how you kind of that's a tricky situation right there. When Houston has the defenders on the perimeter and it still feels like Sengun at the rim just doesn't have the verticality or the IQ and instincts to really be a plus defender at the rim. And then his offense is still a little mushy at times. So I feel like I'm a little bit lower, I want to say. Definitely because I felt like even then you still felt like the playmaking was going to be really good. You still feel like the way how physical and strong he plays, he should be a little bit more efficient with his touch, but his touch is still tricky. So I'm going to say a little bit lower.
Yeah, I don't feel great about Shangun. I feel like over these last, I guess just 2 years really, his stock has fallen just a bit. There was a time where I thought maybe this guy's an offensive engine, won't be the Joker, but he'll be someone that could be a hub that you could, give the ball to, can make decisions with. But between some of the issues he has just around the rim and just, I think as a scorer as a whole, definitely brings down his ceiling. So it's just going to make things more difficult in the playoffs. And then if you're going up against the Lakers and you're going up against bigs with like Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton, and you can't be efficient or you can't play, to a top level, then it's hard for me to envision you going up against a fucking Rudy Gobert or Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, I think with this duo, just Amen Thompson and Operation Shangun, like maybe as players, they didn't show anything in the series to make you feel good or terribly bad about them, but as a duo, they definitely fell.
Yeah.
You feel like something has to probably change in Houston for either of those players to get maximized. Yes. Now we have 2 players left because this next one was Julius Randle, but I think it's clear that he fell.
Yes.
Denny Advia.
Neutral. I don't feel differently about his game. I know what he ain't.
What ain't he?
He ain't a number one.
No, he's definitely not a number one.
He played good in the playoffs though for the most part.
And the last name Devin Booker.
Neutral. I forgot they were even in the fucking playoffs. I'll be honest with you, bro.
I'm getting lower on him just because I feel like that contract is getting nasty.
That contract is getting nasty.
Getting nasty, and on top of that, he's.
He can't carry this Suns team. Like
I would say lower, man. I think for you,
I feel like him and D Mitch. I'm getting sour
for me to feel comfortable with like Devin Booker going forward. That's like I feel like the take Joel made like I believe a month ago. I think he needs somebody that can come and run the offense and just have him be just a scorer. I think he has too much on his plate right now. And if that's the Devin Booker that we're gonna get, the point Devin Booker, I'm off. But if we can get a point guard that can set him up like a James Harden or whatever, then I'm back on the Devin Booker because you're playing to his strengths.
He's just so overwhelmed in the first round.
And the contract is nasty too.
The
contract's insane.
My expectations for the Suns.
Hey, shout out to him for getting that money.
He got that bag.
$70 million.
He got that bag, bro. He good.
I wish I was his son. Fuck. $70 million fucking dollars.
That's a lot of fucking money, bro.
Dude.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Pick a Side podcast. You guys can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook at Pick a Side Podcast, on Twitter on Pick a Side Pod. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop your comments and like the comment that you want to be on the next episode for a comment of the week, we could say. Or maybe if we like the comments so much, maybe we could double dip and do multiple in episode. Yeah, we could do that.
We should all come in with a comment.
Okay, bro.
A comment that you want to address.
Some comment that someone's hating on you, probably.
I'll do some comment if somebody's calling you an idiot.
By the way, how do you feel, what are we, 48, 72 hours post screaming at Drew for 30 minutes straight?
I love my brother.
That was insane, bro.
That fucking video of me going like this got 100K views on our TikTok. I'm glad he told me to post it.
Nah, for real.
That was crazy.
I was looking at the comments. I feel like people are like 50-50 on it.
No, Drew and I were talking on the way up to Max's, and he was like, TikTok hates me, man.
They do?
He was like, TikTok, everyone loves Riv. And I was like, it's because Riv's got he's got the KD motion on TikTok. You're just never going to beat him there.
I don't read the TikTok comments. I feel like they're meaner.
No, I usually don't, but that one I definitely went back and saw.
They were frying him?
Most of them were on your side.
I had the kids, man.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even know what the conversation was about. One of the top comments was like, I don't even know what the conversation is about. I just know Drew is wrong.
Yeah. Damn. Shout out Leo0133. Don't matter the argument. Drew is wrong.
So you can't win on shit like that. Now I saw I was reading the Instagram comments, and those felt like more like 50-50.
Yeah,
balanced. They felt more balanced.
Yeah, Instagram and I think YouTube. The people were just saying we both were just misunderstanding each other.
What fried me was the ending when you were like, oh, my pen is. You sound like a dork.
What'd you say?
Yo, because Rib was like, yo, that's not how my brain interprets it. And then Drew was like, bro, my brain is elite. And then he's like, whoa, pause. Yeah. But then you thought he said pen. He's like, my pen is elite. You sound like a dork. Yo, I was crying, bro.
No, at the end, you were just starting to insult him, bro.
And then that was like, no, he said brain, bro. He said brain.
You were just insulting him at the end, bro. You're a fucking idiot. I'm like, damn, bro.
My pen is elite. He's like, my pen is elite. You sound like a dork.
He really pissed me off, bro. He did.
What was the breaking point?
I haven't heard the word dork.
Bro, it was that comment. Like that comment where he was like, no other game is important. When he said that shit sent me over the moon, bro. Because everything else I was just like,
how about what now that you're more calm, you think he was like cooking with the James Harden, how like you're kind of like, okay,
absolutely.
Good. At least he can admit that that Drew was making a good point.
When he brought that shit up, I was sick. I was like, fuck, how do I remember my brain like, how do I spin with, how do I get out of this? Like,
that was a good point that Drew made.
2018 because I'm like, I gotta find a way to get out of it.
That was some nut
funny.
shit,
you talking about like 8 years
ago.
ago.
I was like, I gotta find a way. Because, bro, it went from like, he brought up Wemby on the screen, and Joel was like, bro, he never said that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Because he started saying like, oh, talk about Wemby. And I was like, bro, what are you even talking about? Then he brought up Harden. I'm like, all right, fuck. Brought up Harden. And I was like, I thought he was talking about Harden now. Then he brought up 2018. So I'm like, all right, how can I swindle this? And then Joel was like, Rev, you don't keep it consistent. I'm like, what can I say in the midst of them? Like, when you argue,
he's like, that was mad long ago.
Point, you really got to think off the fly. Like, what can I say? I was just like,
I don't remember that.
That's what I came over. I was just like,
he's like, that was mad long ago.
Yeah, that's my nigga though. I ain't yell at him in a minute. I think the last time we yelled at each other was Davion and TJ McConnell.
That was damn near a year ago.
The Clay and Dallas shit.
I was gonna say the men's league.
Did we yell at each other?
No, I don't think they yelled at each other. It was just no. I don't think y'all yelled at each other.
Drew was tight at you. I remember he came on the story. And
facts.
On the pod, he was tight at you.
Yeah,
he was definitely tight at you.
I forgot. I didn't dap him. I forgot why I didn't dap him.
He called you.
He wasn't gonna give you a ride home.
Oh yeah.
He was definitely tight at you.
Oh yeah. He be getting me mad. That's my nigga though.
All right, but that's gonna do it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you for supporting. Make sure you guys drop a comment. We might have it featured on the next episode. We'll see you guys next time.